See if that runs.
Yeah, your usual quiet mumbling to yourself.
Am I?
Yeah,
Sure is.
Oh, dear. I can't turn myself up much more. Here we go.
Right, there we are. I was just
There we go.
waiting to mute the YouTube.
Play on, man. G'day to anyone's out there in YouTube land. It's only Carl at the moment.
Yeah, we ain't got many people there at the moment.
No, that's all right. I can see Blue's over on that other channel. So nothing ever happens when I go over there, so I've given up.
Which channel?
The Medical Mass Media.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, I haven't been there yet.
I've been in there a couple of times, mate. I think it was Stingray sent me an invite, and I thought, what the fucking hell's this, you know? And then he's in there quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I did pop in there once. Just Terry's in there at the moment. I did pop in just to say hello. I don't really have much time or the inclination of an evening to go into rooms like that, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I've been in there a couple of times. I think I'm just, for my time zone, it just doesn't work. All this when I'm on, it's nothing happening. No, just real discussions. A few people in there, but I hear people go in there all the time, and so I don't know. Must be more the other side of the earth type of thing. So anyway, what's happened?
Blue and Terry are moderators over there.
Yeah, well, Terry hangs out there a bit.
Yeah. And hello, Carl and Tiny Captain.
Yeah, g'day guys. Armageddon.
Yeah, they're coming
in. I can't. I find that channel too frustrating because Blartek's in there too often. He's one of those guys that just rubs me the wrong way. It's not real different than any other float out there, but it just really annoys me.
Yeah.
Well. I have some nice soft music to play. What else? I went through all the usual float earth things. See what we had. Where's Matt's thing? Did you listen to Matt's little video he did? I'll see what happened.
All about Jin and his line about being in the army.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Jin's claims before, and I'm sorry, if you're in the army for 2 years, you know what bloody rank you are.
Well, there's some things, yeah, like what, where you did your training, and particularly if you're in the engineers, which school you're at.
And oh no, I never got called sapper. I'm sorry, if you're a private in the Royal Engineers, you're called a sapper.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. If you was in the cavalry, you'd be a trooper. It's some of those regiments just have these. And they are historical hangovers. I mean, sappers, troopers, that all comes from, the 17, the 1800s and their traditions that they quite rightly cling to. So if you're not a private in the Royal Engineers, you're a sapper. And if he'd been in the Royal Engineers at private level for 2 years, he would have been called a sapper. And no, I was never called that. Well, you're lying. You weren't in the Royal Engineers, full stop, end of.
I'll put that on for everyone. Where is it? Where are we using it?
I didn't listen to all of it because it's Jin and he's a struggle to listen to at the best of times.
But it went on for a while.
Quite clearly talking bollocks.
Yeah, went on for a while, but I will put it. I do try and encourage to play people's videos when they put them up. Also means I can make sure that.
For the people who are listening in the live,
you can hear that.
Yeah,
but why are you saying?
You can hear that.
In comes Jem. Yeah, we can hear that.
Yeah. Where are we?
Bless his
That's
heart.
towards the end.
Twice. Long. They don't say everything twice.
Oh yeah, that was something. You know, Jin always repeats himself multiple times.
Oh, he has to. He's got to dominate. Nobody else can talk. It's Jin.
There we go. Not very exciting to look at because it's just
Doesn't
Jim,
matter.
so-
I do for those who are there.
But
I do
why?
that.
Stop doing
Well,
that.
it's
It's
because put it
idiotic.
down to my military training that we repeat everything. Okay.
Yeah,
Military
what? Because
training.
you're a dumb cunt. Everybody has to hear
No, the
everything
military
twice.
training we always have to repeat because of the noise in the background.
Jen,
Yeah,
the
what were you in the army
military
cadets?
training.
Yeah. well, that's
yeah.
bollocks.
So what?
Were you in the
Oh,
army
yeah.
cadets? Jim?
Over.
Apart
What are
from
you
being
talking
under
about?
fire.
Sorry, right, there you go.
Talking about stolen valor. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, the noise in the background.
Yeah.
Were you in the army
All the
cadets? Were you?
bombs, all the bombs going off. And
Were you in
weaponry.
the? Were
Yeah,
you
I
in
repeat, did you
the?
catch that? Over.
What's
Okay, Roger and
what?
out.
Good day, Matt.
What branch? What branch of the military were you in, Jin? And which
I
military?
was in
which
the Royal
country?
Engineers.
Royal Engineers. And what was your?
Engineers.
And what was
The
your position?
territorial army.
Ah,
Royal
okay, we're
Engineers.
getting there. Okay, which
But-
which battalion? Here's hold on a second, pause for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as he said, right. I mean, Farmer's Ball, I think, back me up on this. I mean, when you've lived around soldiers most of your life, you begin to realise that they have a certain way about them. They have a certain way that they talk, a way that they act, and even the way
Most
they
definitely.
walk. They've got a sort of a certain swagger. And obviously,
you
I
can tell
can't.
an ex-military guy.
Yeah, you can. And all the times that I've known Jin, he never struck me as anything remotely military about him. And that's why, as soon as he said, "Oh, that's my army training," I went, "Army training? Are you joking?" I knew straight away he hadn't. Immediately.
I've had more army
you know.
training than him.
Yeah, but I'm sure you have. I think I have because I was in the army cadets. It's about as near as I
Yeah,
got to
same
it. You know, you know what I mean? I mean, he might have been. Who knows? He might have spent maybe a couple of months in the army cadets or something.
I think
But,
he was in cadets, maybe, but because he's.
yeah, he
But-
could have done. He could have.
But it wasn't.
But
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
But I mean, as soon as I heard that, I was kind of like, "What?" And I'm beginning to
Yeah.
think, is he been sort of saying? I knew that he often said he was an engineer. Is that where he's saying he's got his engineer experience from? Is that what he's always been saying?
I've heard him mention before that he had military experience. And
right,
I think
okay.
he had said that he'd been in the Royal Engineers. I'm not sure. I've heard him say it before. I've never quizzed him about it because you just think, yeah, right, you haven't served.
Yeah.
You've served somebody dinner maybe, but that's about it. You know. He hasn't served.
Military. When the military uses the word engineer, typically what they're talking about is blowing shit up, not building things.
Yeah. Generally speaking, yeah. My
Loading up,
uncle.
digging holes. Yeah.
Yeah, my uncle was a Royal Engineer. You know, and that's kind of where I knew anyway. I mean, I knew what a sapper was. But anyway, yeah, play the video. Everybody hear what that's.
Hell, I knew what a sapper was.
Yeah, I think most people did.
Anybody that's been in the military would understand this. We've got a similar term. We call them slick sleeves.
Right.
And when you go in the U.S. military, you're a private E1, and there is no insignia for it. Therefore, you have nothing on your sleeve. Hence the
Right.
term slick sleeve.
Oh, right. Okay.
But you guys will call it sapper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, only for Royal Engineers. No other regiment within the
regiment,
British Army would be called a.
It's the
sapper.
rank of private, isn't it? And in certain
Yeah,
regiments,
there's a sapper, yeah.
traditionally they
Yeah.
have other words for them. In the Royal Engineers, if you're a private, you're called a sapper. That's it.
That's what everybody calls you. You know, there's your officers, your subordinates, your NCOs would call you sapper. Insert name. You know, that's what you're called. And there's no way that he would have even been recruited without himself knowing that as once he passed out as a recruit to the TA, he would have been called a sapper. There's no way he couldn't have known that. It's impossible.
Well,
in the Royal Engineers.
I get the impression he thought private was a rank, like a
No, he thinks
that
private
was something
isn't a rank.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Which it
Like, yes, but what I meant, he thinks he was below private.
It's certainly in the British Army. As soon as you become a soldier, and you've just become a soldier, you are in most regiments a private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as Blue says, there is no insignia. There's nothing on your sleeves. There's nothing on your shoulders. Nothing private. And then generally after that, it's usually Lance Corporal.
Yeah. I mean, here's the other thing as well.
That gets you a
If he said to somebody who did seriously serve and they only attained the rank of private, and he said, "I was a private, I didn't get a rank," that guy that genuinely served would probably slap him about.
Yeah.
Because he's talking nonsense. It is a rank. That's why I know he did not serve at all. He didn't serve a week. I don't think he was even recruited. It's just complete lie. And I'm not letting him get away with this. I'm not doing it because it's just, it's a scummy thing to do, to be honest with you. Quite honestly. He's a Walter Mitty. You know what Walter Mitty is, farmers, don't you?
Yep.
I think I
That's
read
what we
that
call
in
it in the
school.
UK.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yes.
Well, that's what they call people that lie about their military career. They call them Walter Mitties within the military.
Yeah.
They call them in the US. They call it stolen valor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually quite like the movie Walter Mitty, but I think the first movie is very different from the more recent one.
So anyway, carry on.
Yeah, keep going.
Hey, Rob.
Carry on, Sergeant.
I know
That's
which
all I'm
battalion
gonna
it's,
do.
but
I'm
you would
not
know
gonna
which
dox
battalion.
myself any more than that.
You would know which battalion, though, wouldn't you? What was
I
your
know
rank?
which battalion it is. Don't you worry.
I know you know, but okay. What rank were you then?
Yeah.
I got that wrong.
I wasn't of any rank. Didn't have a rank.
You what?
I left. I didn't get promoted. That's why I left. Because I wasn't
you-
getting promoted.
So what do they call a private in the Royal Engineers? What's the equivalent of a private? What do they call it?
Private.
No, they don't. See, you're
They
bullshitting.
do.
No, they
Private,
don't. No,
private,
they
yeah.
don't. Royal Engineers, you're a sapper, you moron. You got it wrong. You're lying.
Still private. Still known as a private, regardless.
Sapper. Royal Engineers, you're called a sapper.
Private.
It's a private.
Private.
Wrong, wrong,
Private. No, I'm not wrong. Wrong.
Yes, you
wrong.
are.
Private.
Nah,
Jim.
don't
you
do
worry.
this.
Okay, all right. You just bullshitted. You've been called out.
No, you're bullshitting. You're bullshitting. There with your
Most of my family from the military, Jin. I didn't serve, but I'm not going to lie. But I
why
just
don't
call you
I
out.
believe you? Why don't I believe you?
I don't care.
Why don't I believe you?
I don't care.
Do you know what I thought funny is about that? He says he doesn't believe you that you didn't serve, which means that he thinks you did serve.
Yeah, I didn't serve. I
I know you
say
didn't.
that.
I know you didn't
Actually,
serve, but he
I'm-
says he doesn't believe you, and it's all like, but that means
know.
he thinks
I
that you
know.
did
Doesn't
serve.
I
matter.
will be of service. Oh no, that's something else. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just know a few things, but obviously you
Yeah,
don't.
Why
You
don't
just
I
lied.
believe you? You don't know a few things at all. You don't know shit.
Well, I know when
You
a Royal
definitely
Engineer
don't know
private is a
that I was in
sapper.
the army. You don't know that. I'm telling you. You don't want to believe it? That's
You were never
fine.
in the Royal Engineers. There's no way
I
you were
was in the Royal Engineers. I guarantee
you
you that.
No, you
I
weren't.
was.
You
I
don't know what
definitely
battalion
was.
you're in.
Oh,
And you
I
don't
was
know
in
what
the
private
Royal
called a
Engineers
sapper.
prior to
Oh,
being
by the
in
way,
the Royal
I got that
Engineers
wrong. By the
with
way,
my
that bit.
brother. With my brother,
Oh.
I may add.
Can you pause for a second? I kept saying what battalion he is, but that's not how the Royal Engineers are split. They're split actually into regiments, not battalions.
Yeah, but he couldn't correct you on
Sorry,
that
I got
anyway.
No, he couldn't because he wouldn't know. He would if he was in the Royal Engineers, he probably would have corrected me. He just said I wasn't in a
Regiments.
regiment. I was at a
Higher up the
Yeah.
tree, it's the larger organisation, and then it's split
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, I noticed that because I went and did a bit more research and I looked at all the individual units and there's kind of like 12th Royal Engineer Regiment, 15th Royal Engineer Regiments instead of battalions like the infantry where they're split into battalions. You get a regiment, then you get a battalion, and then your company, and then your individual unit. So yeah, got that wrong, but anyway, whatever.
G'day, Alan.
Oh. Good morning.
Hey, Alan, how are you?
He's back from Sook Market.
Is it the farmer's market?
Farmer's market.
Farmers market.
Well, mine.
Yeah, I was going to say,
No,
sitting,
what's
there,
your farmer's market?
sitting on your doorstep.
Oh, Alan,
well,
Alan, I caught Jin lying about his military career. He lied.
Well,
Yeah, he didn't have one.
surprises me not.
Yeah, no, doesn't surprise many people. But I'm not letting him get away with it because he doubled down. If he did double down, then I probably wouldn't pursue it. But no, sod this. I'm not letting him get away with that. No way.
we'll play a bit more of this.
Not 100% who he
Yeah,
is.
come. Anything. We'll play a bit more of this.
Absolute lie.
We were in the London Scottish 235 Westminster Cadet Company as well. So we did that.
Of course
and
you
then later
were.
on in our lives, we joined the Royal Engineers. Okay, in the 1980s. But you don't know that. So it doesn't matter what you say. Whatever you fucking know, you don't know that I was in the army.
Okay.
Don't
But
worry
you just
about
lied.
that.
You just lied.
I'm not lying at all.
You did.
I'm not lying at all.
Liar,
But anyway,
liar.
back to the deputy manager's video. Go and watch it and laugh because it's very.
Right.
revealing.
I'm just about to show you some proof of what a private in the Royal Engineers is actually called, and they're called a sapper. You're lying.
I'm not
There you
lying
go.
at all.
You
Private.
are. Yes. No, it's
No,
not. They're
you're
called a
lying.
sapper.
Sapper.
You would know that. There you go. There's a sapper. There you go. That's from the Forces Network. They would know, but you don't know because you're lying.
We was called a private. I wasn't called a sapper. That terminology was never used when I was in it.
Yes, it was.
Liar, you lying fuck.
Fucking clueless.
He is
really.
No, you're a lying fuck.
He's been used. That term's been used
lying
since
scumbag fuck.
No,
day
you're a
one.
lying scumbag fuck.
Centuries.
Pat,
Shut
Have you
up.
ever-
I know an awful lot of
I
Royal
must admit, I
Engineers.
always believe
I can certainly find somebody
hang
who would have known him if he was in.
Yeah.
In,
for sure.
In the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they've used the rank as sapper for literally for centuries. It's a very old word.
Yeah.
Used since
Let's
year dot.
face it. The two oldest units in the British Army, Royal Artillery, Royal Engineers.
That's right.
They are somewhat sticklers for tradition, I believe is the word you might be looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, gunners and
artillery, engineers, and don't forget the cavalry, because in the cavalry you'd be a trooper.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's Royal Artillery. You're a gunner, and then you're a bombardier. I think if you're Lance Corporal, you're a bombardier, aren't you? I think if I remember rightly.
And they still use that to this day. They've been using that for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years, yeah. Same with sapper. And like I said, I mean, there's no way that he would have been even recruited if he didn't know that he was going to be a sapper once he finished his recruit training. There's just no way. It's impossible. And he was in for 2 years, according to him.
Well, that means that he would have never finished his engagement. Did he say he was in the 80s?
Royal Engineers, apparently. Which I know there's a certain number of weeks. I think you've got to do initial training with the TA in Grantham in Lincolnshire, I believe. That's your initial sort of basic soldier training, and then you've got certain modules to do elsewhere, and also including some distance learning modules you've got to do. And that goes on for a number of weeks and stuff. And then after that, you finish your recruit training, and then you're fully fledged, no longer a recruit. You're then a private, and then obviously you're going to Royal Engineers. You're a sapper. And then as well, anyway, he'll go on to mention where he did his training as well, which he mentioned everything except for where Royal Engineers do their training.
Oh, what? You mean he didn't mention Chatham?
Chatham, exactly. He did not mention Chatham. He would know that because that's where he would have done his engineer training, as you know.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
No, apparently he did it all over the place, according to him.
Yeah. Apparently he did his training in central London, apparently, and a number of places. And also he also mentioned Aldershot as well. I'm pretty sure all engineers didn't train in Aldershot. I was born there. My father was there.
Yes.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I was just playing this in the background. It's okay.
Yeah, go on to something. Go on to something else if you want to. I think.
No. You're right. Yeah. This. I wonder if any of you recognise this video, but that was just a
Black Swan. The infamous Black Swan.
They don't look all melted and shit.
No,
that one doesn't look all melted and shit.
The gantry's not gone.
That's right.
and
I had
also
this
sunk or something.
I
Ross,
got
those
mad.
poor people, get them off quick.
I got Mabbit
Yeah.
the other night because he was shouting at me that the Black Swan video doesn't show on a normal day, and I'm saying
It
even the
starts
Black
off with a
Swan
normal
video,
day, and he
Yeah.
even says, "This is what we usually see on a normal
Yeah.
day."
and Mabbit was saying, "No, it's only about the image. It's just the swell of the ocean. It's one, second that it might appear like that." And he, we, I don't know if I don't know if you were listening, Paul, or any of you guys. What happened was that so I went off to find this video. So I actually found this original posting, and I said to Mabbit, I said, "Well, Mabbit, I can post you the original video," because you say, "No, it doesn't. You prove it. You prove that." And so I said, "Here's just the original video. You go off and look at it." And he went off. What's this long? It's 4 minutes or so that this video was. Then he came back really quiet, and he says, "Okay, well, so what do you see?" "Oh, well, I've got something to show you, and let's watch it together." And he clipped out the bit which is just the Black Swan, and so that it had none of the rest of it in it.
Yeah, completely avoided that. Cool.
Yeah, and we said, "How how dishonest
There
is
you
that?"
go. Refraction, no refraction.
Yep.
Wasn't it Blue
No
who
refraction.
first found this video?
Did you find this video version?
Yeah.
Blue?
Yeah,
did you?
actually, I'm the one that exposed
It's your
this.
fault.
What I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the original video is done by a guy that calls himself BMLSB69.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
And that video is unlisted to this day. The actual
How did you get hold?
video.
How did you get hold of it then? Oh, the actual
can't
original
tell you.
video. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. You tell me, but then you have to kill me afterwards.
That's right. Actually, I'd be glad to tell you if I could remember, but I forgot now. I don't really remember how I ran across it, but somehow or the other, I got my hands on it. And nobody, and Sleeping Warrior and all the rest of them are posting that damn thing. Only they were just posting the Black Swan part of it.
Yeah.
And
Right.
when I found the original, I said, "Holy shit! What are you guys doing?" And that was when I made my first video about it.
Right. Yes. Particularly because this is what Mabbit was trying to say. "Oh, it's just this one image that has the," and I said, "No, there's a whole few minutes of on a normal day."
Yeah, see, it says there unlisted, doesn't it?
Yeah. Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Not curvature.
Has anybody come up with any explanation for that at all yet? The unrefracted version I'm talking about.
I don't care.
No.
No, they ran from it quickly. As soon as that came up, they ran from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That prompted the reverse Black Swan. If the Earth is flat, the horizon can never be in front of any distant object.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. The change tacked a little, but.
And all of a sudden, oh shit. Oh shit.
But yeah, if you do ever get into an argument, this is sitting there about the Black Swan, and it's not like insignificant. It's quite clear video of water, quite comfortably in front of.
Without any refractive effects.
Blocking about 15 feet of the 6 mile platform on the right, and about 40 some odd feet of the one on the left, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Can't be any clearer.
Yeah. And then this is supposedly the thing that was meant. It was that some days it's not. But
and that was not my words. That's
Their
BML's
words.
B69's words.
That's it.
That's what he said.
That's his
He's
word.
the guy that made the video. That's him.
So you can see the haze in this day compared to the other day. It is the same. What's it in that? Yeah. Because this answers a few questions I had. Is about what height was the camera and all that sort of stuff, so you can actually see that. So.
Oh, I'll grant him. He is not that far off the water. He is quite close.
No, definitely got close down. But yeah, look at
the
that.
whole point of the video is he's gone, yeah, this is what it normally looks like, and then every now and then when you get the right conditions, it's like this, as in refracted to fuck, and there you go. Look, I mean, especially that one in the background. I mean, that jib out on the left hand side. I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah, I think as soon as he published that, all of the flat earthers jumped his shit and said, "Don't you dare do that! You can't show
the whole thing.
Show the whole thing. You can only show the second half of it, and that's all they were ever going to show. That
because all you ever see
right now,
most of the time you see from them is this image with all the writing all over it, right? You never see it. Hardly ever see it clean. Yeah, and and when you go to the end, it just flicks between the two anyway. So that's the weird thing. It's like the last bit of video is just him flicking between the two images. So.
Yeah, well, they cut that out too.
Yeah.
You'll never see that part in the QE version or the Sleeping Warrior version.
Yeah.
Or any of the Flat Earther versions. They don't ever do that.
No, they don't like that.
They only show this goddamn thing.
Anyway,
it was made by the same. It was made by the same guy, then, right?
Yeah.
Both of them were made by the same guy.
Continuous video.
Yeah. And he hadn't taken it down. It's still on his channel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't take it down. He just made it unlisted.
Yeah. I happened to get it through another Flat Earth channel. I found the link.
It's just this constant. It's like almost on a weekly basis, well, daily basis of just exposing dishonesty. It's just out and out lies all the time. Another lie, another lie, another lie, after another lie, after another lie. It's just, what the hell are people getting involved in Flat Earth? I have no idea.
Got a lie to
full
Flat
of liars. Yeah, exactly. Don't say that for no reason.
Lie, deny, twist, distort, manipulate, but don't ever tell the truth, because that's a big
that's
no.
right. That's right. That seems to be the way of it. Well, I think I didn't. I think we got the gist about Jin lying at the end.
Yeah. I don't think there's any point going any further with that.
It did. Let's just go back. I think it's the same stuff as he usually does. I think he
just denies.
It did bring light to a few people who thought that maybe he was an engineer. Because I made it quite clear that he wasn't. Well, at least not in the Royal Engineers.
Yeah, I think I've come to the conclusion. I think that's where he's been saying he's an engineer and he got his engineering training from. Okay, so we know that that's not true now. So the question is, I think everybody doubted that he was an engineer anyway because of the shit he was coming out with. But I mean, now there's no doubt about it. He was never an engineer.
No,
it's simple as that. It's quite simple.
If you're going to lie, if you're going to lie about something like that, do your research first. I mean, I can hand on heart say I was 6th Battalion, 3rd Royal Angling Regiment, up until the age of 16 when I left Army Cadets.
Yeah, that's simple. But I mean, the thing is though, when I came out with that question, what is equivalent of a private in the Royal Engineers, and if he had said, like, oh no, no, it's a sapper, and if he turned around then and said, oh, sorry, yes, that's right, it was a sapper, but not doubled down, I probably wouldn't have taken it any further, because he might have, some brain fart, he'd forgotten that he was a sapper. How it's possible, I don't know, but still, I wouldn't have taken it any further. But the fact that he doubled down and insisted that he was never called a sapper. Yeah, that was his downfall for it. That's the point when you just know, hold on a minute, no, you're just absolutely lying here now. There's no way you served a minute in the military, let alone recruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd have been in the Army Cadets, he'd have still in a Royal Engineer Battalion of the Army Cadets. Yeah. He'd have still been called a sapper.
Right. Exactly. That's true. Forgotten about that. Yeah.
Because the Army Cadets mirror the rank structure in whatever their parent battalion is.
Yeah. I remember when I was in the Army Cadets, I was in the Royal Hampshire Regiment, right? And we worked close by. There was actually the Royal Artillery Army Cadet unit, and we worked close by then. I remember the terms, things like bombardier and gunner. for their ranks, whereas ours were a bit more basic. We were cadet, lance corporal, corporal, sergeant, and so on. So I remember that. Yeah, they do absolutely. But anyway, onwards.
Onwards. Just very quickly, Embol posted I think it was Mick West did a really big thing on the oil rigs and stuff. If anyone wants to go into that one.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's 3 years old now, so I think everybody's done one. I was just mentioning that post.
I had another question though for you guys, because I don't know anything about the way the British military operates. But according to Jen, he didn't get promoted, so he just quit. How do you fucking quit? How do you do that?
Having the TA.
Yeah.
Huh?
Territorial Army. The Territorial Army is basically the British Army Reserve. Okay, you're in the Reserve Army. It works slightly differently from the regular army.
Same as your
I
National
don't know.
Guard.
So
Yeah,
you can
kind of like
just quit anytime you want to.
Well, I don't think it's. Can you? I don't think it's quite as simple as that, because you've still got a contract technically. I mean, isn't there a certain procedure
It's
you
not
need
as
to go
difficult
through?
as getting out of the army.
No.
The thing is that in the TA you can literally just stop going to training.
Oh, can you? And then your contract is then
pretty
finished. All right,
much.
fair enough then. Okay.
And unless of course you're being deployed. Then
that's. Well, then you're under contract with the regular army, then, aren't you? Which is entirely different.
Yeah, walking away isn't going to get you out of being deployed.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, you can, because it's a professional thing. They're not interested in people who don't want to be there.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they ask if you want to be during the time of Afghanistan and Iraq, they asked Army Reserve units, TA units, do you want to go? We need people or whatever, and you can sort of volunteer to go. So once you're committed, that's it. You're under contract with the regular army. Then you signed up. You're going. Army Reserve, aren't they?
The Army Reserve, but it's
that's
right. It's the same thing. It's a territorial army that you can. Traditionally, you would use for home defence, and you can also call upon if you're getting low in numbers and you need to bolster the
I think
the regular army.
Happy to be
Army Reserve.
Happy to be proven wrong in this, but unless I'm mistaken, I think the bulk of the British Army now is actually made up of Army Reserve now. I don't think we have as many regular Army soldiers left. I don't think, do we? Because they've all been chopped.
Matt, you're really going to be surprised by this. Across the board,
the
largest number of personnel: Air Force, Air Cadets; Army, Army Cadets; Navy, Sea Cadets; then Reserves; then full-timers.
Really? Damn. Really? Yeah, I was right then. Jesus Christ, that's wow.
They now, in a lot of places, have to rely on cadets doing ceremonial stuff.
Oh, Jesus wept. It's got us worse than I thought then. Jesus.
Yeah, stuff sort of like remembrance parades. Very often, the military aren't going to be able to send anybody. They just have to be represented by the cadet forces.
Yep. They're too stretched. Jesus wept. No, I suppose at least the cadets would like that kind of thing anyway. But still, it just goes to show how understaffed we really are within the military as a whole in the UK. Wow.
So Little Wolf wants
what you used to go through to get out of doing that.
So Little Wolf wants to know about the space cadets.
Yeah, Air Cadets is about twice as big as the regular Air Force.
Jesus Christ!
When you include all the cadets.
In terms of numbers, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl, you can just generate a new card, you know.
If you don't like your card, get a new one.
Get another one. There are people who keep going until they don't get Kundalini.
Although we had Kundalini last week, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Oh, I've lost Matt. I've lost Paul.
Got one with and one without. There you go. You got to sort of draw broaden the odds a bit, you know.
We've lost Paul.
So what we
Where'd he
got?
go?
What we got next anyway?
Oh, let's get it.
Oh, I wonder. We talked about Lindsay Bingo cards.
Paul? Oh, yeah. Don't know. He's got himself a new headset. I don't know if he's just trying to fix that up.
Is my mic earlier okay? By the way,
You were overdriving a little.
Am I still?
Yeah, just a little.
Don't know why. Why is that?
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the settings in here.
If my computer blue screens of death again, I'll just come back in on the phone again and stay there.
Oh, is that why you came in on your phone?
Fair enough.
I did wonder, yeah.
And it's obviously a nice, bright, sunny day there.
It is.
Not bad here, yes.
Because I can see the little white spots going up your face.
John's back.
Oh, what from the Venetian blind?
I see it through the Venetian blind. Yeah, dead giveaway that.
When I went off to farmers market, it was
Aye.
it was really nice, but the very wet looking clouds keep rolling across.
Yeah, it's more white cloud than blue sky, and they are tramping across the sky at a fair old rate. So who knows? It's Britain. Yeah, we could get.
Yeah,
anything
same
at
here
any
actually. Same here. We've got a fair amount of blue sky. Well, at least from the window I'm looking out. At the moment, I can't really see out the other one.
time. Oh, it's saying I'm going to get rain. Grab an umbrella, rain possible after 16:30. Oh yeah, whatever then.
Yeah. Now that John Napier's
pause
back, I just wanted to point out that. Can you hear us, Paul?
I can, yeah.
Yep.
My internet had a bit of a brain fart.
Yeah.
Ah.
And was it Turing test who got your person first?
It was.
It was. Yes.
Yep.
John
Do you live out in the bush then, Paul?
I do. Why?
Just wondered. Your internet connection drops quite a lot. That's all. That's
Oh, yeah, it does.
Oh,
I do actually live out in the bush. Yeah.
Yeah, Oz doesn't have the best internet.
John Napier, did he make engines?
No, he made logarithms.
Logarithms.
I'm going to say he was the logarithms guy.
No,
Yeah.
he didn't. He wasn't responsible for the Napier Sabre then.
No,
Don't think
That's
so.
Not the same one.
no. He might be a little old for that. I believe he lived in the 1600s.
He was just well ahead of his time.
He was making missiles then.
I've got a great idea for a 16-cylinder H-pattern air-cooled aero engine. A what? No, trust me, it'll be good.
It'll be good. Well, it'll be all the rage sometime in the future.
I see a Tempest back in the air,
Yes.
but it's a Mark II with the Centaurus.
Yep. Nice.
He was born in 1550.
Yeah, that might. Yeah, he was a bit ahead of his time. Yeah.
Yeah, if it was the same one. Well, he's ahead of his time anyway, but not that far ahead.
Oh, here we go.
Yes,
Right, how-
let's prompt. Make sure you got your cards
Can
ready.
How's this gonna be?
Oh, I better
Can
get
we
my
use
card ready.
words written on the blackboard for bingo?
Depends how desperate we are. I sometimes just make them up. It's easier.
Yeah, come on, you got to play the game properly. He's got to.
Yeah, I
he's
do,
got
I
to send
do,
it
I do.
or written it down. You know.
Oh, sorry, hang on a second.
Christ washing your feet. Really?
Apparently, yeah. I got to get my card up. Sorry, I had it behind the video. Got to get it back out. Yeah, there we go. I only play one card, but if you want to play multiple cards, that's fine. No, I don't mind.
Oh, I got Candellini again. God.
For some reason, it always comes up. I don't know why. It's just there's only one word that's designed to always be there, but the one phrase, but the rest are all random.
It looks like I need to.
One in the middle, isn't there?
Looks like I need to make a script that passes the transcript and then crosses off my bingo.
Yes, you could do that. it could one that just keeps going into and listens to Lindsay and then finds a Bingo card that matches as he talks.
No,
Okay.
Just look at the transcript and go ahead.
Oh right, yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's go because this one is called "Myths and Actual Physics of Our Earthly Realm." So, are you doubting that that's going to live up to its?
When anybody calls this bloody place a realm, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome everybody. Just realised I've got my dirty old workclothes on, but
Hello,
when
Lindsay.
the moment arises, I'll
Hello,
make the most of
Lindsay.
it. So I'll do a little video on something regarding the
Hello,
Centre
Nutter.
North or the Aurora Borealis. Welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. Someone asked, one of my subscribers asked, what happens when we enter this Arctic centre? My response, whether I've seen it or not yet, would be what makes you think a mere mortal can actually find it, let alone go into it?
Or even know about
Like
it.
I've said before on many other videos, this is hidden in the Centre Arctic. There is a place that is known, it is called a place of inaccessibility. Despite what you've been told, what they write, what they say, nobody's been there.
But you
Now,
know it.
it's
you know about it?
mirrored, you can't see it. But can a mere mortal get in there or not? I don't know. But you know, the Freemasons have had submarines up there looking around all the time for years. Don't think they've found
Submarines.
But whether they
Freemasons have submarines.
come across this zone being underwater or not is another story.
It's a
Maybe
special
you need to be on
submarine
water.
corps.
And like I say, if you're not in a conscious
I'm
state,
confused. So
you'll
is this
never
thing
find it.
underwater then? Is it? I'm confused.
So I was going to refer them
Must
to
be.
the mythological story of the two fishermen that went in there and found this mythological place where no one ever aged. I think that was their version, but I've gone online to try and find out what it was called. I always forget what these places are called. But then they took me to a few other stories, and then we got on to the Aurora Borealis myths. I started reading some of them. So I like this one. And I'll read another one to you too if I've got time. This is the Siberian legend, Love Lost. The sun had a son. So let's get it straight here. You'll never understand any of these mythological stories or any religion if you don't understand how the flat earth works. You're just a brain-dead zombie if you don't think you live in a flat earth. A flat plane of inertia.
Right.
Inertia as in resting state, because earth has come from the black hole, the hole. The centre of the black hole, or the hole, is the place of inertia. It's the resting state. And this is why it's connected to meditation. We need to go to that resting state in our minds, because earth is one big brain. It's called the all. If you read the Kabbalion, go read that or listen to it. It's on YouTube. The all is in here. Everything's hidden in here, and this is the created. That's the creator. We can't go back to the creator. We are out here. It's like a child trying to go back through the umbilical cord back to the mother. Doesn't happen, does it? But in this situation, Earth is attached with the umbilical cord back to creation. We have to go through here to get back there. This is when you die. That's another big story, long story, but you'll get a lot of stories from the near-death experience. People that go through the tunnel to the light, they don't know they're going through the Milky Way, black hole, through the Milky Way, the tunnel, to the light. They come to the light. Then they get sent back
Can't wait to die then.
to do God's work, okay? So to understand the
Space
Milky
travel.
Way, there's the male end and the
Yeah.
male end
My only
and
chance
the
of space
female end
travel.
is down in here. They come together to form the black hole in the sun. So we can look at it like this. In our night sky, this is what we see at night. They call it Sagittarius A, the galactic centre. So, you know, look up at night and just be in awe, because that is our creator, our father.
Can you point it out for us?
Fatha, the centre of the black hole of creation, the galactic centre, and there's the sun on its horizon. Okay, it moves around the
I only
central
need
vortex of
metaphysics and
creation
I've
over
got
24
big now.
hours.
If he says metaphysics,
already?
I've
And we
got
see
it.
it curving across
Yeah.
our sky every night. Science and that tells you we're in it, and we're not in it. We've come from it. Okay, it's the only time you can see both ends of the Milky Way, the male end and the female end. See the male end and the female end. Okay, it's at night. It's projected out to the dark side of Earth, the whole thing. All those stars in there are all projected out into a night sky with the Milky Way. So that's one system itself, is the background stars. The other one is the Milky Way. And then you have another system, is on the horizon, the ecliptic plane up here from the wave, because it's basically a big wave here at the top. Energy's coming out from the centre. And the wave on the nodal points are the planets that we get a visual perspective of. It's due to your eyeballs reading the frequency. Okay? So anyway, understand the flat earth if you want to appreciate all the mythological stories. I'm the only man on this earth, I'll tell you that, that's explained all this. Okay? So here we go. The Siberian legend, love lost. The sun had a son. What do they mean by that? Well, the sun, here's your sun, and this is the male entity, the male end, okay? All the males come from here. All the males on earth. Whoop, oh man, males. Males, and over here, all the females on earth come from here. Okay? Because our worldly system is a dual system, it's male and female. And it breaks down to all these other entities, such as South Pole, North Pole on a magnet. There's heaps. You can figure that out. The sun had a son. So the sun had a son, a male. A male, yeah. And what happens is the Milky Way moves around and passes all the celestial bodies. That's its job. It's how everything is created. And it's all to do with pairing and to do with the zodiac sign. So that's when all the alignments come into place, when the Milky Way passes over them and draws them in, or moves over them to set them inside the Milky Way. And this is why we have Mercury over here representing the male, Hermes or whatever, and we have the female, which is Venus, over here. So what happens in our whole story of creation is the female will be caught in here at the same time as the male is caught in here. So this is the mythological creation story of marriage between the male and the female. This is the ultimate. This is way above the physical world marriage of male and female. We know how they end up most of the time, well, at least 50% of the time. But this is perfect. This is the perfect marriage. And this is enlightenment. This is coming back home. This is rebirth. When your star is caught in there and the female. So somewhere on Earth, because all the stars represent male and female on Earth. Obviously we're human, so ours will be a human star and a female star. So anyway, they marry. And this takes you back. You've come home to creation, and you'll be an immortal, become immortal, everlasting. Your carcass on earth will die, but you'll go on to be whatever. You're up there on the right-hand side of God. You're part of the all. You have choices. You avoid the whole reincarnation story. So these mythological stories talking about the sun. Says one is the Milky Way has passed over and caught a sun.
Oh God, this is out there.
Okay?
It is.
Now, bear in mind, each one of these represents.
Did you say metaphysical?
Break this down again. Everything is broken down just like a magnet. You chop it in half and it'll still end up at the North and South Pole.
Sorry, I would like
to see that at night, but now you've got to break it down again and imagine this is the North Pole, this is the South Pole, this is the North Pole. This is the South Pole, which is considered as the weak force in physics, and this is the strong force. Strong force.
Okay.
And centre north is a lot
that would make science so much easier, wouldn't it?
Stronger, a lot powerful because it's more condensed. All the power in the north is just as much power in the south, but the south is more dispersed. So it's weaker per ratio north to south cycle in the Earth's magnetic toroidal field. So where are we going?
I haven't got much.
That's what I thought there.
I've got Taurus.
Anyway, the Milky Way passes over and catches the male, and it'll catch a female. So let's lead on with the story. The sun had a son, so the sun's caught a sun, because the sun is stuck into the Milky Way, remember? It moves quicker than all the other celestial bodies. It sweeps across the night sky.
It's not going any further than the first 5 fucking
24/7.
words.
No, I know.
The sun had a son, Pivaki. I can never pronounce any of these English words. To whom he wished one day wed Neikia. There's the male and the female here. Daughter of the moon. Oh, that's what I was going to draw.
Oh, moon.
So when you break it down, they're mirror imaged. So this, the north here, rotation, is a mirrored image out here in the south. In a parabolic type image, because there's curved down sky here. So it all comes back to the observer as a rotation, the same as what they see up north here, but it's inverted, it's back to front. So anyway, so this situation, you can imagine there's a Milky Way on this side, and there's a Milky Way on the north side. And there's a centre, you could call this the tropical gap. Okay, because there's a tropical gap in the centre separating them.
Wow.
So both ends, because they're mirrored, both ends have the full moon. And it's all about the full moon for man's awakening in his moon sign. There's only one sun, because that's the hermaphrodite. That's the male and female coming together to create the sun. But there's more to that too, because basically that's male and that's female. Well, yeah, and on top of that, the moon is the sun. They're just separated. Like singularity, they're one, but they come separated in our physical, perceived physical dual world. And that's what we are, male and female in the physical world. We have to reunite, become one. And this is the story.
Take a dual system for that.
The energy system
dual
is
world, dual
connected
system, same
to
thing.
create the sun, the light.
He said
the
that
light
before
of the
anyway, Matt.
and the light of the
Oh,
realm,
did he?
and
Oh,
the
yeah.
light of man. In this situation, it's igniting the light within the man. Whew. Daughter of the moon. The moon, however, wished her daughter to marry Neanus. Hang on. The sun had a son, to whom he wished one day wed Nikia, daughter of the moon. The moon, however, wished his daughter to marry Nainus, the northern lights, and hid her daughter from the sun. Now I've talked so much, this slips out of my mind, so I've got to try and think hard now, remember this. Hide her daughter from the sun. But because the daughter's down here.
Did he say vortex, by the way?
There's the female entity, there's the male.
No.
Hide her daughter from the sun. So she's on this side anyway.
Just occurred to me.
Maybe. And in our realm, we see the sun here. So it's at the end of the male end, the sun. It's an image of the real sun back here. So she's down in here. And our sun's out here. So maybe that's what they mean by hidden. Eventually, Nikia and Neonis did wed. They spent each night in a cabin. So they talk about this marriage here. And inside the cabin is in the Milky Way. But Neonis had to leave each day. So, you know, you got your 12-hour, 24-hour day, 12-hour split between day and night. So you've got to leave somewhere.
12 hour days.
All these stories are sort of intertwined. They're sort of coded or mixed puzzle. They sort of highlight a few things that you need to think about, you know. Had to leave each day before the sun rose and go to the dark side of the earth, which is what we see, don't we? To avoid the sun. Never wanting Neonis to leave, Neikia tricked Neonis into staying longer than he should have one day. Now right there, they're telling us about the period of when this divine alignment for man occurs. And it's an overlay between this northern field and the southern field, and at the same time it's to do with the sun's analemma. Okay? So right there represent the 5 holy days. But I think there's only 3 here and maybe one there maybe. But anyway, when the sun is here, it does not move. This is the 3 days the sun does not move in degrees. 6 days of spring, early spring. It's actually the actual equilibrium, but we don't get it till the equinox. It's all hidden. The whole thing's a secret.
Hang on. Can you pause?
So the
for a
sun
minute?
does not move.
Yeah.
Right at the very start, he said realm, didn't he?
He did.
He said realm just a few minutes, about 30 seconds ago too.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, then I've got fucking bingo. I was so intent on waiting for one particular word, I totally missed it. It said another one. I thought, hang on a minute, I've got fucking bingo.
But most normal people just say bingo, not I've got fucking bingo.
No, because this.
That's okay.
This is just more deranged than usual. I mean, this is completely.
So what? It's just Fairyland.
He's out there. He really is.
I got very close. All I needed was either vortex, spiritual awakening, or metaphysics. Either one of those, and I got bingo.
Yeah.
I was waiting all this time for Celestial Gap, and then I looked on the left-hand side and thought, hang on a minute, that only needs Realm, and I'm sure he said bloody Realm.
Yeah, but in the first sentence.
Yeah, because I commented on it. Anyone who calls this place a Realm, you know, who
Yeah.
All I needed
so,
was
yeah,
ether.
there you go.
Ether.
Oh,
yeah.
you needed ether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting on Ecliptic Plane. I had a line sitting there.
I came
Oh,
so
well.
close, so close,
So
yet
close. So close. Oh, well.
But
that's
it's
enough.
okay because Farmer's Boy's got fucking bingo.
Fucking bingo.
Yay!
God, that one was painful.
It was, wasn't it? Oh God.
Even the
Carl,
fairies
please-
would
please
say
don't
that was
strain
off with
me.
the. I think even the fairies
Like-
reckon that one was off with the fairies.
I mean, we've been watching Lindsay for years now, haven't we? You know, with
Yeah.
on Terry's channel and your channel and all the rest of it. But I've still got so many questions. So many questions still.
He has got weirder over the time. I've watched it when he first started. He's gone very strange. I think one day will come and he won't be there.
When you're watching rugby from the sidelines and they all go down in the scrum, one of our favourites was to yell to the referee, "Off his feet, sir," because you can't play off your feet in the scrum
No.
in a ruck. And Lindsay is, to paraphrase that, "Off his meds,
Off his
sir."
feet.
Off his
He's off
meds,
his
yes.
meds, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he hasn't taken any yet. That's part of the problem.
I think that could be the issue. Yes, nobody's actually said, "Hang on a minute, you need to be taking these." Or more importantly, how the hell did you get out of your straitjacket again?
Something like that.
It's a terrible shame he just won't come and talk to us, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
that would
is a
be
bit-
good.
I love.
But I mean, what would be the point though, if you think about it? Because you know, it's the same thing as debunking stuff. There's nothing to debunk because it's just all nonsense, all of it. You know, it's not just like bits of it are nonsense. The whole fucking thing is just absolute gibberish.
Yes.
You know, I think it'd be the same thing. You know, but I've still got questions though, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to hit a nice? Let's be nice to each other one from Reggie.
All right.
Oh,
Can we
Oh,
communicate
that's a
better?
bit loud.
Oh, right, gee.
So here is an
Truth or
example of
sex.
how a lot of flat earthers and a lot of globers talk to each other.
The sky is so pretty today. Such a nice blue color. The sky isn't blue. The sky is literally blue. That's a fact. No, it's not a fact. The sky is clear. It appears blue during the daytime because the atmosphere reflects Earth's surface. Okay, pretentious know-it-all. Okay, problematic science denier.
Sunlight reaches Earth's atmosphere and is scattered in all directions by all the gases and particles in the air. Blue light is scattered more than the other colours because it travels a shorter, smaller waves. This is why we see a blue sky most of the time.
Whoa, 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 this conversation turned sour quick. Let's try that again, but this time I want you to turn your anger into curiosity. Don't listen to respond. Listen to understand. The sky is so pretty today. Such a nice blue color. The sky isn't blue. Huh? What do you mean? It's clear. It appears blue during the daytime due to atmospheric reflection. Oh, seems like this is something that you know a lot about. Not really. Science is just science. Interesting. While I think we can both agree that the sky isn't scientifically the color blue, that's how the cone cells in our retinas are perceiving it. The cone cells in the retina do process color waves, so yes. Exactly, and most of us perceive the waves in the same way, and we've all decided to call that color blue. Yes, I guess I can agree with that.
So me and my partner was talking and then he was like, blue doesn't actually exist. And I'm like, what? And he's like, the colour blue doesn't actually exist. And so I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, he brings up this. Why was blue not considered a colour? It turns out the colour blue is a relatively new concept. Scientifically speaking, it has always existed as part of the visible light spectrum, the rainbow. But studies of ancient texts have shown that humans didn't really see blue until modern times.
Wow, pretty cool stuff.
I think she's trying to be nice and friendly.
She's trying to. It's almost like she's trying to play the middle ground, isn't she?
Yeah,
Somewhere between flat Earth and globe Earth kind of thing.
Something like that. Yeah. Not quite sure.
I mean, well, but you can't. you see, you can't get, can you? You just can't get a common ground between the Earth is flat and the Earth is a globe.
No.
There is no middle ground. It's either a globe or it isn't, but we know it's a globe. So I don't really see where she's going.
And also, the way that and that wasn't her doing that video, because the way the other person talks isn't how flat earthers talk. They don't say,
no.
"Oh, that's interesting. No. Tell us more." No.
Well, I mean, some do, but they usually end up like that, though. At the end of the day, you know, you do get a few that do. Oh, that's interesting. Explain. You know, but then later on in a conversation, they start to get a little bit more kind of pushy.
Then they misunderstand what you say, and then
they misunderstand what you say. Yeah. Or not only misunderstand you, they literally put words in your mouth. Well, so you're saying this? No, that's not what I said, or what I meant. Yeah.
Then Ranchi's next videos on hotspots
that can get closer to changing the way we live than chatting about the land that we stand on. You know,
just that picture you showed before should be enough for anyone to say, "Uh-oh."
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you have a hole in your head, where your hair's going behind the light.
Uh-oh.
Never mind, it's just exposure. The sun's in front of this tree.
Uh-oh.
And it's in front of these trees too.
That's exactly what she said not to.
Set on fire. And just look at that hot spot on their fingers.
Uh-oh.
And if the sun was really in the clouds, as apparently observed, then don't you think the clouds would have evaporated?
Uh-oh.
Like seriously, you cannot believe that the sun is in the clouds because the clouds would have evaporated. Yet we observe that. Just because we observe something doesn't necessarily make it true.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, fair point.
Uh-oh. As I said, the funny thing is, I think she then just did what she said not to do.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Ah, dear. Paul, do you have a quiz tonight?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Oh, damn it.
Just planning ahead. I do. just for just looking.
Why
just
damn
for
it,
Matt.
Because you're going to get treated to 10 or 15 seconds of young ladies with bouncing breasts.
Well, there's that. Yeah, there is that. I got up late this morning. I haven't quite woken up yet.
I've got.
Wake up in a minute.
I got a video from Matt's favourite person.
With hidden level Earth observer. You type that into their search engine, and you get nothing.
Sorry, it's really
You're
soft.
not playing, yeah? Are you playing that now? Are you?
Yeah, it's really soft. He's complaining because he's not number one on Google's
videos.
When you type in Flat Earth Observer,
just propaganda.
yeah, I can't do much about that. I think that's
so Google.
As good as I can get him.
Are having to
I don't have a banana.
And promote so-called debug.
Scroll down, Leo. Scroll down to the second
now,
find.
If the channel was
Go on.
so silly, you promote
or third.
Or fourth.
Just giving the game away.
Because the next few hits are all about him.
More and more
Not his
obvious as
videos,
each
but
day
they're all
goes
about
by.
him.
Now, I've typed this into other search engines, Bing, Yahoo, and DuckDuckGo. And my channel, and I'm there top. In fact, let's do it. 2 secs.
Because their algorithms work differently. That's why you stupid man.
Because it remembers the last things you look at and puts them up first. That's why.
Bing, channel top of the list.
I bet you I could find his channel just by Google.
Oh yeah.
I bet I can. Yeah.
So Google have obviously given the game away there by hiding the channel and promoting so-called debunks. Debunks essentially are people, grown men, attempting to defend space propaganda videos. And then off the back of that so-called debunk,
come on, show us some of your
misrepresent,
demonstrable
make
reality.
false claims,
Go on.
claim some bizarre
I found it.
result based on a straw
Oh
man,
look! Just by
things that
changing
were
my
in
search
plan.
criteria, I found his channel on the top search. Oh.
Funny that, eh?
You
Yeah.
type in channel
I'll show you in a
or
minute.
something, you'll find it straight away. Yeah. And you share it now. I'm not going to play any more of that. Where he's going.
All right, I'll
He's
share.
having a
Hold
whinge.
on. Well, how do I've forgotten how to share. Oh yeah, share.
Well, I've got to let you
Oh,
first. Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Oh, what's AI Companion? Oh, that's new on Zoom. I don't know what that does. Where's share? Oh, they've changed share. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There you go. You can share now. I should be able to.
Let me just see which page I can't find. Oh yeah, there we go. Can you see that?
Yep.
There you go. All I did was Leveler Observer YouTube channel. Simple. What's difficult about that? That's it.
Well, it's because he probably doesn't use YouTube. He doesn't use Google probably to search himself. That's probably why he doesn't get it.
Yeah. I mean, it was Google that you showed the first time around. So all that they're showing all the propaganda, but they're not showing my channel. You see, because it's picking up on things like words like level, earth, and observer. So it's going to pick up, the top searches that are going to words used for those searches. It's just how the algorithms work, But no, he's going to turn it into it's all propaganda. Stupid man.
I bet if you put Level Earth Observer in quote marks as well, you would probably get him at the top.
Yeah, let's try that then. Let's try that. I probably will. I'll take the YouTube channel out. Put that in quote marks. I've forgotten about that, Alan. Right enough. Level Earth Observer. Quote marks. Let's have a look. Yes, it does.
Something I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you'd expect.
Yeah.
I got a little quiz before Paul's quiz.
Cool.
I do a tiny quiz. Oh, where'd it go? Tiny quiz. Where's my... I've lost it. Oh, well, no, I've not lost you. I've lost my Chrome. There it is. Okay, I'm sure some of you have seen this before.
I think I might have seen this one, yeah.
Okay. So I'll pause it.
Let's show it anyway.
First saw in a children's discovery room at the Museum of Science in Boston.
So soft.
It was bigger. They were using racquetball balls instead of ball bearings. But this illustrates the same concept. Everybody has seen.
So, predictions. Although I'm guessing Paul knows what would happen. So, which one's going to get down the bottom first?
I know.
What do you reckon, Matt?
Well, no, because I've seen it. The left-hand one, the squiggly one.
Squiggly one. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
an inclined plane.
my question is.
But I've got two ramps here. One is the straight ramp, and the other one is the ones with the dips and the hills.
We know why this would happen
If you put the ball
without
at the top
explanation.
Of both ramps, which gets to the bottom first? One can make a good
But
argument
does
in favor
density disequilibrium
this
make
one,
a difference
which
to
is
this
shorter.
observation?
Some people say it's going to be the same because the height. and
This
the
is no
top
change
and
in
the bottom
Absolutely
are
not.
the same. But we'll let you make your own decision.
For those out there that are
We'll put the two
thinking
balls
about it.
at the top. I'll hold them with the pencil so my fingers don't somehow affect the way things are released. Like I And say, if I cameraman, release just the zoom out a pencil, little bit.
There we go.
The one on the curvy slope.
There we go. Just in case, the trick is acceleration. Yes.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And that's what I say. So if you don't have acceleration or a force, then obviously it's not going to work. And there's no acceleration in density equilibrium, so it wouldn't work in theory. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, that was my opinion. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Paul. If you're ready to go, I'll switch this
I
back.
am ready to go. I am indeed. Let's go. Here you go. There you go.
Gosh.
Can we just leave it on that for half an hour?
Are you fascinated by the bouncing tits, are you?
Oh yeah, the birds. Yeah, clearly. Yeah. The feathered variety, of course.
Fair enough. Okay, tonight's quiz is a physics quiz.
Physics.
Yeah, but it's not all that hard. You'll all get the answers, I'm sure.
Let's see. Here we go.
Where are we? Here we go then. Okay, question number 1. Meisel investigated a variation of this problem that involved a Pythagorean triangle. What problem?
It's a lot of things used Pythagorean triangles for.
Okay. Well, being a triangle, you know something about it anyway.
I guess it's something to do with angles. There you go.
Sundman found a solution to this problem which involved a power series with powers of the cube root of time.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
The figure 8 family is one set of solutions to this problem. Not the Fleetwood Mac problem.
No.
Is Fleetwood Mac a problem? I don't know. Could be.
Depends if you like Fleetwood Mac.
It's not a problem at all. A quantum analog of this problem is the H2 plus ion, and a restricted form of this problem has 5 equilibrium points, which are named for Lagrange.
Is it known as the problem of 3 bodies?
It is, Matt. See?
Yeah, my Google Woo works. My Google Woo works.
I have Google Poo. Matt has Google Woo.
Google Woo.
Google Woo. Blue. Skills.
Oh, wow. Yeah. This problem was shown by Poincaré to not have a general solution that can be expressed in terms of algebraic expressions and integrals. It doesn't have an analytic solution. No.
All right.
Name this unsolved problem proposed by Newton, which involves predicting the motion of a certain number of celestial objects that is often modelled by the sun, earth, and moon. It is, of course, the three-body problem.
Yeah.
Or as Matt put it, the body of 3 problems.
Yeah.
It's the problem of 3 bodies.
Yes.
Problem 3 bodies is what I said, yeah.
Never had that problem.
No, I won't complain at 2 either. But anyway, whatever.
Problem of 3 bodies. That sounds like something Sherlock Holmes would investigate.
It doesn't.
I was thinking it might be something to get my channel taken down.
Okay, question 2. This quantity is in the denominator of the sine squared term in the Fraunhofer equation.
2.
No, not 2.
Well, I thought in almost every equation 2 appeared. So.
Nope. A decrease in this quantity will result in Newton's rings getting smaller, and this quantity is raised to the 5th power in Planck's law. It's not pi.
C?
Maybe.
It's not C. Or E. Not the speed of light.
No.
It was posited that this quantity existed for all moving particles, and that it equaled Planck's constant over momentum. That was stated by de Broglie. We have an answer that is correct out in the peanuts. Clive Wells has proposed that the answer is wavelength.
And it is.
And it is indeed wavelength, yes. This quantity is multiplied by 1.22 and divided by D in a formula named for Rayleigh. Come on, you should all know the Rayleigh criterion by now.
Yeah, I think I heard it mentioned. I've heard it mentioned.
For a circular aperture, that is.
Yes, that is exactly right. Yeah. This quantity equals velocity over frequency. Name this quantity which is increased during redshift, symbolized lambda. It is indeed the wavelength. Yeah. All right, question 3. Page and Wouters argued that this phenomenon could be used to measure time.
Digital watch.
No.
It's worth a try.
Okay. Qianxiang Wu. Now you got to use your Wu for this, Matt.
Yeah.
was the first to provide evidence of this phenomenon, although it had been theorized to exist earlier.
And that wasn't a Marvel movie.
Yeah. The CHSH inequality can be used to prove a statement that says that no theory with local hidden variables can explain this phenomenon.
Is it quantum entanglement?
It is indeed.
Yes, yes, it is. My Google skills are really coming through now.
That theory is named for Bell, who also names states that experience the maximum amount of this phenomenon. That's right.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Sorry. I couldn't resist it. Couldn't resist it. Sorry.
Yeah. The fact that this phenomenon appeared to break a law of physics was discussed in the EPR paradox. Yeah. Name this phenomenon in which spatially separated particles have correlated quantum states, which Einstein deemed spooky action at a distance.
I think everybody else would have got it at that point, surely.
They would have got it at that.
The clever people here, anyway.
Yes.
Not me.
I mean, the key to quantum entanglement is that it isn't really two separate particles. It's a system that is described by one quantum wave function. And that's what confuses people. They think of them as two entirely separate particles, but they're not really.
Yeah.
Cool. That clears that up.
Question 4. A vacuum has a Ricci tensor equal to this value, and this is the momentum of the center of mass frame in special relativity. In 2013, scientists used a quantum gas of potassium atoms to surpass a value associated with this number. When potential and kinetic energies are equal, this is the value of the Lagrangian. Oh, look, I have to say there are 2 answers that are correct out there.
Yeah.
Clive got it first, followed by Turing test. The answer is, in fact, 0, yes. But your other clues were, this value is equal to del dot B by one of Maxwell's equations. Del dot B equals 0, yeah. A law named for this number states that thermal equilibrium is transitive, and this is the resistance of an ideal ammeter. If a particle were to have this value for its wavelength, then it would have infinite energy. Name this number, which is the value of the mass of a photon. It is 0. Yeah. Question 5. Interatomic distances in matter named for this man can be approximated by the equation D equals 2.9 times n squared times A naught. This physicist's namesake constant can be expressed as the quantity h bar over the Bohr radius squared all over 2 times the electron rest mass.
Planck.
I was going to say.
Not Planck.
Not Planck.
Not Planck.
Not Planck. No. That constant and electron spin G factor are the 2 most precisely measured physical constants. No. His constant appears in his namesake formula, where it is multiplied by the reciprocal of principal quantum numbers squared. That formula can be used to predict the Lyman and Balmer series.
Yeah, angstrom, of course.
Not angstrom. It's not angstrom either. No. It's
Oh,
not
damn.
Bohr, and it's not angstrom. No.
Is it Charles Kittle?
Nope. It's not. Vu has failed you.
Yeah. It has.
Name this man whose formula validated the Bohr model and found spectral lines of hydrogen.
Is it Burston, LeMay, or Brown?
Nope.
Or
No?
lattice.
Okay, no, failed. My Woogle was not working.
I'll give you a clue. His name has got a berg in it.
Got a berg in it.
It's
Christy
not
Berg.
Iceberg?
Heisenberg.
Not an iceberg?
Not an
Hindenburg.
iceberg, no. A what? Not a
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg.
He
No.
wrote about the lady in red. What? I've got a clue.
Come on.
No, look at it,
I
even.
do
Still
physics.
trying to say.
Not Barmer. No. I'll give you a clue. You'll get it from this.
Reinberg. Rydberg.
Rydberg. Yeah, because it says that
Rydberg.
Rydberg. Yeah.
Rydberg. Johannes
It says it right there.
Rydberg. Yeah, that's right. Johannes Rydberg was the answer to that. Yeah. Okay. Question 6. This person wrote their thesis on the interactions of fast neutrons with lead. Okay. Along with Livengood and Fairbrother, this man created a new isotope of iron, iron 59.
Right.
He would later work with Livengood to create a different isotope, which is today used to treat thyroid disease. That isotope is iodine 131.
Gibson?
Not Gibson, no. He chaired the US Atomic Energy Commission for 10 years, and in 1944, this man developed the actinide concept. Not Kapitsa, not Lindsay Harris.
Is it a guy called Glenn Theodore Seaborg?
It is Glenn
I was going to say
Seaborg.
it's either Seaborg or
Yeah.
Graham. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Seaborg. Yeah. With Kennedy and Segre, he discovered that plutonium-239 was fissile.
You got to be quicker than that on your Google searches, Timbo.
Yeah.
I had it.
added
I was
10 new
just
elements
letting it
to
go.
the periodic table.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. 10. Yeah, he discovered 10 elements all by himself. Yeah. Name this man who was the first living person to have an element named after him, which is element 106, Seaborgium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glenn Seaborg.
The sort of thing where your neighbour comes in. Oh, yeah, there's another one named Seaborg. Oh, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, without Google, I wouldn't have known any of this stuff, any of it.
No, I had the authors of the paper, so I knew who he was, but it was all right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay.
Just getting the right one, isn't it?
Question 7. After 2019, this quantity was redefined in terms of the fine structure constant.
The number of planets.
No. The reciprocal of this constant appears in the definition of the H field.
It will. Reciprocal of H is I. Go on. Keep going.
Is it?
If you turn H sharp 90 degrees, yeah, it looks like an I.
This number is the coefficient of current density in the differential form of Ampere's law.
Yeah. It sounds like
Not time, not dark matter.
Alan should get this one, I think.
The reciprocal of this constant appears in the formula for the Poynting vector. It's not E, no.
Vacuum permeability.
That is the one. Blue has the winner this time.
There you go.
Well then.
Yeah, the permeability of free space is the answer.
So
This
quite
constant is multiplied by current and number of loops to calculate the quantity for a solenoid. Its value used to be exactly 4 pi times 10 to the negative 7, and its units are henries per meter. This constant times epsilon naught equals 1 over c squared. Name this fundamental constant, often symbolised mu naught, which measures the amount of resistance a vacuum has against the formation of a magnetic field. And it is indeed the permeability of free space.
All right.
All right. Question 8. Hanna curves relate to these devices, and the Nagaoka coefficient also describes these devices.
All right.
Who's got TV in the background?
Nope.
Somebody. Who's playing? I think it might be Blue.
London's formula can calculate a certain quantity for one of these devices. A type of these devices called a choke blocks alternating current, and the impedance of these devices is directly related to the frequency.
You're talking about an inductor? Is that all
We
you're
are.
looking for? Okay.
That is all I'm looking for. Yep, that's it. An inductor.
I type
The
in
energy
Hanna.
stored in one of these devices is equal to 1/2 current squared times the namesake quantity. Two of these devices can be used to step up voltage in a transformer. These devices often contain a ferrite core, and they, along with capacitors, appear in LC circuits. Name these circuit elements, which are measured in henries and resist changes in current. They are indeed inductors.
Can I show you a Google Poo file? This is what Hanna curves came up with. Somehow it didn't quite fit the question.
Okay, question 9. The violation of the conservation of this quantity caused Wheeler to speculate on the principle of mutability for all physical properties. Not momentum. This quantity is summed with strangeness, topness, bottomness, and charm in the definition of hypercharge.
Nope.
The Adler-Bell-Jakov anomaly relates to the conservation of this quantity. Not direction, not spin. The Georgy-Glashow theory predicts that protons can decay, which would result in the violation of conservation of this quantity, but that has not been observed.
Conservation of energy? Conservation of...
Nope. No.
The momentum? No.
The proton and neutron have a value of 1 for this quantity, but leptons have a value of 0 for this quantity because they are not made from quarks.
Mass?
Not mass, no.
Is it quantum tunneling?
Nope.
Nothing to do with that.
Name this quantity, which equals 1/3 times the number of quarks minus the number of antiquarks.
Conservation of...
Oh, this is a
Well,
hard
it's not
one.
momentum. It's not conservation of...
Not isospin.
But it's looking for a quantity.
Colour. Conservation of colour.
Don't know.
A pi is a meson. That's made up. Oh. No, I don't know.
Come on, it's literally giving it away in that graphic. Someone's got to know what it is by reading that, or can you read it?
Barriers.
Oh,
Barrier number.
Whoa,
Who's
what
got
is
a
that noise?
squeal? Wow.
Wow, what was that?
Just
What was that
mute,
noise?
mute something's going on in Blue's background. I just muted him.
Yes, it's baryon number. And your last question. This quantity is multiplied by the number of moles of gas in an expression for the entropy of a monoatomic ideal gas. That expression is called the Sacher-Tetrode equation. What quantity? The most accurate measurement of this constant was found using a technique known as acoustic gas thermometry.
Boltzmann.
You didn't need a container.
You probably do for that.
Yeah.
What was that, Timbo?
Boltzmann.
What about him?
I don't know. He just has a constant named after him.
Ah, so that would be the Boltzmann
constant. Yeah.
The Boltzmann constant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Boltzmann was the guy. The constant was his thing. Yeah. This constant is divided by temperature in the firing equation. That measured value was later used to redefine the Kelvin during the 2019 SI unit redefinition. A famous equation for entropy features this constant being multiplied by the log of the number of microstates of a system. That equation is inscribed in the tombstone of its namesake.
S equals K. Pi. Yeah, gone. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what's the equation? S equals
is it S equals K, the constant by the logarithmic natural function, and then by omega, is it? I think I know what it looks like. I think that's the one. Because my Google's got it in front of me at the moment. So yeah.
S equals
K.
K.
Oh, that's not the way it's written in the one I've got. But yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Same thing though.
Yep. And it's the Boltzmann constant. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. And that was your quiz for
So
today.
what's W in that one?
Example.
The number of microstates.
Oh, okay. Because I've got a different symbol in the formula I'm looking at.
Yeah, sometimes they use different symbols for it.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Well done. Thanks for that, Paul. I can tell Mark Farmers was absolutely thrilled with that.
Oh, I love physics, mate. What? They were words, definitely, yeah. Leaves me behind every time. I ain't got a bloody clue what you're on about.
So I'll do a tank quiz next week then.
Tank quiz. Yes. What is the volume?
I'll try and find the most obscure tank knowledge I can find.
There is some obscure shit out there as well. There really is. Some of the things they've tried over the years. My God.
Well.
The Russians particularly, they were quite good at just going, I wonder if this will work. And they'd build a prototype and go, nah. But they've kept them all.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Oh, that's something I was going to find. Right, I'll find it later.
Somebody did try building a flying tank once, didn't they?
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it.
That's been attempted several times. The Russians came up. It was a tank, and it basically had this dirty great big pair of biplane wings and a tailplane that bolted onto it. But it, like a lot of these things, it doesn't really work. And why would you need a flying tank when you can just stick it inside an aircraft and cart it that way?
Yeah. You don't have to.
The closest they've come is building lightweight tanks to make them more air portable, but you make them so light that they're pretty useless.
You know the Russians are building a new space station of their own.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've seen something that they were going to. Yeah.
2027, I think.
Yeah, Putin wants it done by 2027. I ain't going to it.
Well, you must admit, though, that if you were hit by a flying tank, it'd probably do a lot of damage.
It would ruin your
yeah.
day. Yeah. But
So it's flying tanks. Is that what made you think of that, Matt? Thinking that the Russians might just stick a tank up in space. Put some gaffer tape around the holes. There you go. Space station. Okay.
Well, when you think the original module, the very first module that went up that the ISS is built around, is just over 23 years old.
Yes.
And that was Russian. I mean, the Russians had to launch it because it's too big to fit in the space shuttle. I mean, it was bloody cool. Begins with a Z anyway, as a lot of Russian stuff does. But I mean, you think a lot of that space station is very old, and you think what it's gone through and how many heat cycles and everything. It's doing bloody well.
Oh yeah. But going by Russia's current track record, things are starting to sort of go a bit wrong and a bit awry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just not sure. What's going to happen to that space station when they do get it in operation. I mean, if they haven't started building it and it's coming up to 2024 now, and it wants it up by 2027, that's some pushing. And if you push something engineers too hard, they're more inclined to make mistakes or cut corners. Oh, let's not test that bit. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Engineers cut corners. I don't know what you're on about.
Well, put them under enough pressure and don't fund them enough, they might. Especially Russian ones, I would suggest.
So they have to. Yes.
Anyway, CC.
CC. I don't even know what CC is talking about in this one. I haven't looked at this one, I've got to admit. Hopefully it's not. It didn't get taken down, so it can't be that bad.
I can make a prediction.
Can you? Okay, go for it.
It'll be shit.
What's titled Disappointment on Our Flat Earth? And
he'll be wrong.
He'll be wrong about something. Yes, I can probably guarantee that. Yeah.
Could you imagine being trapped in that short bus with him?
I suspect he doesn't talk to
Oh
his,
God.
He's probably he might be a really nice guy if he doesn't talk about flat Earth or anything.
Right, take a choice between CC or Jin.
Oh well, I'd take CC.
Which would you
Jin.
prefer? Yeah, I'll take CC anytime over Jin. For sure.
Yeah, point made.
Okay, let's play this.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 10/25/23. As usual, I'm extremely disappointed with the Wall Earthers who still haven't done any of their research. And really does disappoint me. Because they just seem to be clueless to the world. I was doing some article reading today. Oh, I love to sometimes keep up with the articles that are from space and other things. They now say that we're in a solar system bubble. Yeah. I guess the whole universe is in a bubble.
What do you mean
right?
now?
That makes a lot of sense. Nonsense that they just spew out to reinforce space. They can't do anything. You're not going anywhere. You'll never land anywhere because there's nowhere to land except here on Earth. That's the only place you're landing, or crash landing into the ocean. That's it. You're not going anywhere. You never will. You will be fed fake pictures of probes going around somewhere in Arizona, or I don't know, some mysterious island that nobody knows about, because there's definitely more land, guys. That's right. God, the Creator, he or she, whoever it may be, didn't quite want us to figure this out immediately. Rest. enjoy yourself, start a family, do whatever is in this hellhole that you're in. Okay? Have fun, build things, you know? Somebody wasn't going to come out and tell you live on a flat land. You got to figure that out yourself. You can sit there and talk to somebody about
then
flat
why are you
Earth,
making YouTube
but
videos
you've
about
got
it?
to figure it out yourself. You, the ball earthers I'm talking to right now, have to figure out how to take apart this ridiculous spinning wet ball and have it crumble down on a table in front of your eyes, and then you look at the mess that you created, that it could never be put back together again. No, it can't. Sorry. They say a 99% retention level. Yeah, it is. It sure is. Once you're a flat earther, that's it. You're done. There's no way of piecing it back together again, ever. You just can't. There's no way. I mean, you see everything now with new eyes. You know, you see the scum-sucking politicians and how they're fucking you and collecting money and being pocket-lined. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden, they are getting paid $120,000 and they buy a mansion in Hawaii. A couple of mansions. Oh, or they buy a mansion out in New Hampshire and everywhere else.
They're
only making $120,000. Oh, sure, they sell books. They do all this other nonsense and have conferences, and people don't have a problem with that. And all of a sudden, they become multi-millionaires, possibly even close to $1 billion. Nobody has a problem with that. You remember when everybody was afraid when Trump was president, he was going to cause a war? Yeah. You can't have him in charge of nuclear warheads. Look at his tweets. He sounds like an idiot. What's going on right now? We're in a war. Oh, that's great. I hope you voted for him, because this is what you get when you go out and vote stupidly. This is it. The situation you're in right now. Nonsense bullshit. People who could care less about you. People who want to see you suffer. Hitting the middle class, and that's what the politicians do, who are currently in office right now. Because they can't, the rich aren't really in trouble right now. You know, it's just the middle class, you know, the upper middle class too. You know, those are the people that they hate. They hate those people. Okay? And they're showing how much they hate us, shall we say. If you're rich, good. Go in your jet, go up into the sky, and show yourself that the earth is flat. But you're going to get chaperoned. Remember that. There's only certain places you can fly. Yeah. We've never seen a flight go from the south, just go completely over Antarctica. No, flights can't do that. Oh, well, you would think they should be able to, but they can't. No, that's a no-fly zone. Right. Why? Why is that? It's a fucking joke, guys. You know, it really is. It's so obvious, you know, with a treaty being signed, with cutting off everybody to going to certain areas. You can go anywhere else you want, but there's certain areas you can't go. You can't go to the North Pole. Can't go investigate the mountain. Okay, that would be the Black Mountain, the tower. Okay, that's what's creating the North Star up there. All right, that's what that is up there. That is right above the North Pole. Okay? All right, and probably projecting everything else too. God knows. We don't know. We can't go there. Okay?
What the hell is wrong with this idiot?
And go walk around.
They go there all the time.
Shit. If you had a jet or you had the resources of going down there, and you had a battleship with all sorts of food and all that shit stored, they wouldn't allow you to go there. They'd blow your ship up. Let's talk about the universe, you know, the ever-expanding universe. One scientist came out and said that he believes that the universe is just expanding infinitely into nowhere. Okay, all right, you see, the thing I don't understand, I'm going to have to cut this short. God. All right. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos, and let me be a part of your life.
Okay. Don't know where those go.
Wow, there you go. There's a mountain at the North Pole that's projecting Polaris.
Yep. Yeah.
There's a lot
Isn't
done.
that supposed to be Mount Meru or something?
Yeah, I mean, of course, yeah. The nearest landmass at the North Pole is 12,000 feet down the bottom of the Arctic Ocean. But you know,
Isn't it easier to get to the North Pole than the South Pole? Don't they have a regular is it a marathon or something around the North
if you
Pole?
have a word with one of the major navies, I'm sure they'll take you out next time on one of their nuclear powered submarines, and they can take you to the North Pole at the right time of year and break through the ice.
Yeah, no, I just thought there was some regular thing on the North Pole on the ice that way, but I can't remember what it was.
Oh, there is. Yeah. It is easy to get to because it's not quite as harsh conditions and such like that you get at the South Pole. You know,
It hasn't got a landmass, so it's relatively
speaking, it's easy to get to, but still, you know.
Yes.
I think you basically fly there.
So I found this, which I just thought was sort of just reminded me so much of Flat Earth.
It looks like Buzz Aldrin, then, is it? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Is this free?
It was for that old man for a
yes,
second.
Great. Could I register for one of your courses, please?
Sorry.
Of course you can. Do you have the reference number there? I do. It's EF4, English as a foreign language, beginner's level.
And can I take your name?
Yes, you can. It's Jackie O'Farrell.
And the name of the person who will be taking the course?
Jackie O'Farrell.
Sorry, it's for yourself?
Well, yes.
You are English?
Well, I know that.
So you speak English already then, presumably?
Well, of course I do, but I only speak English. I don't know how to speak it as a foreign language. Just listen. Foreign people can't understand a word I'm saying at the moment. I travel abroad quite often, so it's going to benefit them and me.
Yeah, but English as a foreign language is English.
That's not a problem.
Look, I think maybe with the communication abroad thing, what you're really looking for is just a simple foreign language.
Could you, don't tell me what I do and don't want to study. I don't want to do that. That is too difficult. I want to start with something easy.
I think you may find it of limited use, given that you do already speak English.
I want to learn it as a foreign language.
English is just English. What about teaching as a foreign language?
Yeah.
Teaching English as
well, until I can speak English as a foreign language, I can't very well teach it to anyone, can I?
English is only a foreign language to foreign people. You can only learn English as foreign if you yourself are foreign to English. Shall I do a Venn diagram?
Don't draw anything. Do you do foreign as an English language?
You could try Robin. I think he's in charge of that.
E4.
Yes, sorry.
Oh dear. Oh, it's like saxophone. Forgot about that.
Just reminded me of talking to some of Flat Earthers. It's just like...
Yeah. I wouldn't speak English as a foreigner. What?
Yeah, I mean, you can literally explain things in the most simplest terms, like you're talking to a 10-year-old, and then they go blah 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 blah, and no, that's not what that means. What are you talking about? No.
So you're saying, or so we can agree that, and then they say completely opposite to what you just said.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Have you not heard anything I've just said?
Yes, Clive. Top Gear drove to, I think it was the magnetic North Pole.
Yes. Which is how far away is that from the actual North Pole? From the
because it's fairly close to Greenland, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember where it was at the time. I mean, they did go out, right out over the ice, but it wasn't the geographic North Pole. They couldn't drive there. Yeah, I'm fairly. I think it was a magnetic, from what I can remember. It's a while since I've seen that one.
No, I'm pretty sure it was as well.
That is one of the classic Top Gear episodes, though.
Yes, you need something pretty hefty.
With a group of dogs, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to go in the dog sled, do you?
No, and the other two are serving themselves gin and tonics and a Hilux, you know.
I think Paul's trying to say something here.
Yeah, okay, Farmer's Boy. What is it that one shall never speak about, nor bring on, near, about, or within a 1 mile radius of an American tank?
Oh, blimey. I have to say, I don't know that one.
Might be on the quiz next week.
Know about tanks.
Yeah.
Go on then, Paul. What is it?
It's an apricot. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Apricots are not allowed on, near, about, or within a 1 mile radius of American tanks. Even the word apricot is forbidden. It's a superstitious tradition that started in World War II with the US Marine Amtracs.
Oh.
Well,
There you go.
I've never heard that one before.
There's something that you've learnt about tanks.
Wow.
How to destroy the load up with apricots.
Just turn up with
apricots at it.
Paint apricots on your tank.
Load up on apricots, bring your friends.
Just throw
Stop
them
lobbing apricots at a tank. Done.
It is American infidels and their tanks. Get at the apricots. Sorry, sir, we can't advance. Why? The dirty bastards have got apricots.
Good day, gentlemen.
How bizarre.
I believe the US Marine Corps no longer has a tank battalion, so you know,
just saying,
probably not a problem anymore.
Well, I mean, is it just the Marines or is it the Army in general?
Well, the Marines are not the Army, are they? They get very upset if you call a Marine.
Yes, how upset.
And all that. That's why I'm asking: did it just apply to the US Marines or all American Armed Force purveyors of armored vehicles?
This website also has one of the least known facts about tanks as well, Farmer's Boy, and that is that tanks are airdroppable once.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched the latest iteration of the A-Team film, no, just no. That was, I mean, dropping a tank and steering it by firing the cannon, no. But then splashing down in a lake and then driving out. How the fuck? I mean, don't get me wrong, very funny, but it's the A-Team. It's yeah.
Oh dear. It's like the babies.
You know what Colonel Creighton?
You
know what Colonel Creighton Adam Abrams' tank was called?
No, can't remember that one either.
It was called Thunderbolt.
Oh, 3 strikes.
Yes, that's right. It was because, of course, he was. They carried on the American tradition of naming tanks after generals, and obviously that's why the Abrams tank was called an Abrams tank. And I think it might be us that started that actually, because we called them the Lee, the Grant, and the Sherman, and they were all famous Civil War generals, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Was Sherman a general? Was he?
Sherman, yeah.
I think so.
General Sherman, yeah.
Because the M3 tank, depending on which variant it was called either the Grant or the Lee, and they were both
Civil War generals.
That's why we called it the Sherman. I mean, the Americans just called it the M3.
Yes.
I
know, so they call it a Custer.
Yeah, yeah, we didn't call any tanks Custer because, you know.
Yeah, he kind of fucked up a bit, didn't he? Really, let's face it.
Yes, he didn't quite handle that battle very well. No.
No, he didn't. Did he?
The little one we called a Stuart, but it also got nicknamed the Honey because they said, "Oh, it's a little honey. It's a little honey of a tank." And that name stuck fairly well.
Apparently, the most dangerous Sherman tank in World War II has a name.
Well,
I would argue it's probably the Firefly.
Nope. Apparently, it was called In the Mood.
Oh, In the Mood.
Oh, actually,
Nickname.
as in nickname,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, nickname, yeah.
Gotcha. In the Mood.
Yeah.
After Mate Boy's bit of music, yeah.
Yes.
How did the Sherman tanks beat things like the Tiger and things like that? How on earth did they do it? I mean,
Well, the biggest trick that we came up with, we had a very successful anti-tank gun called the 17-pounder.
Right.
And we was having trouble fitting it in any of our tanks. And the Sherman came along and we said to the Americans, do you think you can get this to fit? And they said, no, it won't fit. And somebody, literally one weekend, out the back of the shed pretty much, had a Sherman tank and a 17-pounder. And they sat down and said, right, we'll take the radio out the back and we'll cut a hole out and we'll put a metal box on the back. That's where the radio goes. That freezes up room inside. We'll put the gun in sideways. And lo and behold, they could fit the gun in the existing turret. And the 17-pounder was pretty much the equivalent of the famous German 88mm cannon.
oh, right. So it could defeat the.
So if you had a
Tiger.
troop of tanks of, say, 3 or 4 tanks, one would be a 17-pounder, and they'd sort of hang back a little bit. And they even went to the extent of painting the front half of the barrel of the gun in different colours to make it look like it hadn't got this dirty, great big barrel sticking out the front. Because obviously, once the Germans realised what we'd done, it was like, shoot these buggers first because they can get us back. But a lot of the ordinary Sherman guns were quite capable of knocking out Tigers and Panthers and all the rest of it. Particularly when we got close.
Just not firing it directly at the front of them. If you could fire at the sides of the back of the tank, then it was pretty good with the 75.
Yeah. It's always the biggest problem with tanks. It's having its firepower, mobility, and armor defense. You can't have the same thickness armor all over because the tank's just too heavy. So you make the front of the tank the thickest and the most well protected, which is why whenever you're attacking, you always keep the front of your tank pointed at the enemy. And then obviously the sides are thinner, the top's even thinner, which is why in modern day we have missiles now. When you fire them at tanks, they fly over the top and they have a self-forming warhead that fires down at the top of the tank, which is why you see all these Russian tanks with weird grills and wire cages all over them to try and defeat that.
That didn't work very well either, did it?
Well, no, but it's like the slat armor that we fit to our armored vehicles out in the sandbox. Those slats are exactly the right size to trap an RPG-7 warhead. That's what the slat armor's for. So when somebody fires a rocket-propelled grenade at it, it gets stuck in the gaps.
Yeah, but you're still seeing those tanks with all those things above their turret. They're still getting wiped out by those missiles, and it's just going straight through,
but
wiping them
you
out.
do anything you can to stop yourself getting blown up, don't you? You know.
Well, I suppose you would, yeah. Yeah, hasn't worked out very well.
Given the reputation, the bit that surprises me is the fact that the M4 Sherman was the safest place to be on any battlefield in World War II.
Pretty much.
Why?
Well, because they actually lost so few people killed in them, even though the reputation was it had nicknames like Ronson and Tommy Cooker.
Like first time every time.
Yeah, but it was also really easy to get out of.
Oh, right, okay.
That was something I just watched a video the other day from the Tank Museum on the T-34. And they were saying that when the Americans and the Russians met up and the tankers got talking to each other, the Russians actually said, we preferred the Shermans that you sent over to us because they're roomier, they're easy to work on, they're easy to get in and out. I mean, the T-34 was an absolute nightmare to get out of, particularly the driver, because you only had the hatch in front of you. It was really the superior tank.
Why do they call them tanks?
That's what the original box that they were shipped in had written on the side of it.
It was a cover story. It was a cover story.
It looked like a water tank.
They actually were.
Yeah. Resembled a water tank, didn't it?
Somewhat.
Yeah, Yeah, they shifted to pretending they were water tanks. Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to do because to transport them, certainly the early British ones, they had those sponsons on the side where the guns were. To ship them by rail, they had to be unbolted. And then if you threw a tarpaulin over the top, you just had this boxy shape, and you could just go, yeah, it's just a tank.
Yeah, apparently here it says during World War One, the British Land Ships Committee changed their title to keep their new vehicles secret and not so obvious. They went with water carriers and tanks. That's also why tanks have so many nautical component names such as bow, hatch, hull, and sponson.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was Churchill who started it, but they realised that when these things would be driving at slow speed over no man's land, it'd be going up and down all over the place. And the best way to train the gunners, as they were using converted naval cannon, was to take them out on ships and train there. And calling them land ships was actually quite logical because it was like being in the ship in high seas. You were thrown about all over the place, and you're trying to hand sort of steer this 6-pounder cannon sticking out the side of the sponson. So they actually went out and trained on ships at sea because you didn't have a stable platform.
We got Mr. 42, have we?
Mr. 42.
Yep.
Good.
Let's play a little bit of Mr. 42.
I like him.
People, it's your favorite Mr. 42. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna have just a short video because Level 8 Observer is wrong again. Surprise!
Really?
Yeah, go figure.
Talk about making it obvious. Look at this. Google have hidden Level Earth Observer.
I'm devastated.
Oh,
no,
we've done this.
Yay!
You type that into their search engine and you get nothing but propaganda videos about me.
So basically, you are upset because you got debunked all the time, and that is what people see. Yeah, sucks to be you, mate.
Try images. Nothing. Videos. Nothing.
Like the way he
Just
scrolls down
propaganda
just a tiny
videos.
bit, you know.
Your channel name consists of 3 common words. There are much better results to show than your pathetic channel. Google,
Right,
well done.
So Google are having to hide the channel now and promote so-called debunks.
Google is a commercial company and it's all about revenue. This is just another piece of evidence that your channel is worthless.
Now, if the channel was so silly, you'd promote it.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Just giving the game away, Google. It's becoming more and more obvious as each day goes by. Now, I've typed this into other search engines, Bing, Yahoo, and DuckDuckGo.
And now we reach the interesting part.
And my channel, and I'm there top. In fact, let's do it. 2 secs.
To what?
2 secs.
I doubt it.
DuckDuckGo, top of the list here, my channel, there for all to see.
That is a testable claim, so I did the same. Here is DuckDuckGo with Level 8 Observer as search term. You are nowhere to be found.
Same with Bing, channel top of the list, videos there for all to see.
Maybe I should give Bing some credit. You are nowhere to be found, Adam. Did you manipulate your results or your screens? Be honest now, come on.
So Google have obviously given the game away there by hiding the channel and promoting so-called debunks. Debunks essentially are people, grown men, attempting to defend space propaganda videos.
Not really, just showing your stupidity for a good laugh.
And then off the back of that so-called debunk, they'll then misrepresent, make false claims, claim some bizarre result based on a straw man or things that aren't even my claim.
I'm missing something here. Adam, remind me again, which search engines were you going to show us?
Bing, Yahoo, and DuckDuckGo.
So what happened suddenly to Yahoo? In the middle of your own video you got distracted, am I correct?
Oops! Google is so desperate now to hide that template that it has to hide the channel.
You are simply not interesting enough. That's it. Now let's skip forward to the part where he explains why he believes this.
But this is how the tactics work in war, because you're in a war here.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
In war, because you're in a war here.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready! That is just so stupid. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe, and see you next time. This has been Mr. 482, out. Don't panic.
Poor old Adam. Not.
You're dealing with liars.
We're at war.
We're at war. I don't mind quiz, but I'm just going to play an Everett first. I haven't done Everett for a while. Let's go. Let's play an Everett.
We've been taught in school that we're on a spinning globe and spinning so much while other things are spinning at the same time, and all the configurations of the planets and the sun.
Hey girls, I miss anything? Nothing. Christy's being stupid again. Christy, listen to yourself. I hate to see this happen to you. You're my best friend.
Brilliant, Christy. So complex that no human mind could completely grasp them. I never grasped it.
No.
See, the Christian scientists went by observable science, and they knew very well that the earth is flat the way the Bible describes it.
Did they?
It's terrible. I thought at least we get a good story.
What Christian scientists would that be?
Remember.
Actually, most of them didn't, but anyway.
Yeah.
It's over, April!
We are in an enclosed system.
That's gonna take some thought. Let me put on my thinking capsules.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Those aren't good in plenties, lady.
Well, they're good and I got plenty.
I am blessed to have a spirit of discernment. God has blessed me with a spirit of discernment.
Here it is, my invitation to Alpha. Read it to me, bud.
I don't have to read it, Kel. It says, congratulations, Miss Bundy. Your IQ score has placed you square in the middle between an ashtray and a pickle jar.
Can you see those planets up there? The actual fake planets that we actually created from NASA station to NASA station?
That doesn't even make sense.
Shut up.
There are NASA stations all over the U.S. and NASA means to deceive.
Bingo!
No, it doesn't.
These NASA war criminals were also NASA rocket scientists.
I'm not mentally challenged. You're not? But that's literally the only reason we hired you. Would a mentally challenged person be able to do this?
And assisted the U.S. in spacecraft, some of those being discs.
Here's the deal. We are going to beat these
Discs.
aliens because we've
What?
got the best military, but we don't win anymore. And the aliens are laughing at us. They're killing us, and they're laughing at us.
Area 51 is most likely where the moon landing was filmed.
don't think so.
Lots of hangars that look like movie sets in Area 51, which is heavily guarded and secured.
I bumped my head, and now my loving husband Al is helping me to regain my former personality.
Really?
There we go.
Al, you monster!
Lots of land that looks just like the moon with lots of craters.
Well, the general was prescribed by my podiatrist, Dr. Augie Testaverde, for a contusion I suffered when I tripped over my dirt devil rushing a downy ball into the rinse cycle.
And strangely enough, lots of alien sightings.
Humans! Resistance is futile! Take me to your leader!
It's him. He's the president.
No, I'm not. You are. Really? This is gonna be so easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There
you go. They're still out there. Can you imagine having to deal with someone like that? Yeah. It would be quite scary. I haven't tested this quiz, so we'll have to see if it works. Hang on, I'm putting it up. Putting it up. Push play. Where's the play button? There it is. Okay. Oh, I didn't even change the title. That's not very good of me.
I've got a quick question for Paul.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Will we start? Are you there, Paul? Right. So in maths, right? So going by the BODMAS rule, right? We always you always go by the brackets first. So okay, so you calculate that first, right? So why is it though in equations that quite often you see the brackets not at the start of the equation? Why would they? Why do that? Would it make more sense to actually do it at the start of the equation?
Well, it's sometimes not convenient to put it at the start of the equation. I mean, it depends what you're trying to convey in the mathematics that you're writing.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, never thought about that. Okay. Just wondered.
Huh?
Simple question, I know. Just occurred to me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I had a go at trying to do Paul's famous music lyrics quiz. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I got it.
Can we Swedish the quote instead?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Yes. I had to leave that in. So I realised I didn't change that, and I haven't tested this, so hopefully it works. And you have to also guess the theme. So, not a very long quiz. Let's give it a go. Okay, first one. Oh, that's a bit of a problem.
Yes, you've just.
Yeah. Oh dear. Is it Video Kill the Radio Star by any chance?
Is it just? It could be.
And it wasn't by Asia, it was by Buggles.
Yeah, I'm going to say wrong band.
Yes, Asia definitely didn't sing that. That's definitely not in their whatever the word is.
Video Kill the Radio Star.
That's Buggles.
Okay, so what was the lyrics?
Can't see the bottom one though. I see anything.
I heard you on the wireless back in '52 and whatever. I can't remember all the lyrics.
Yes,
I
heard you on the radio.
heard that one.
Okay, well, let's see if the next one comes up. Okay.
Only something, maybe? Is it only? Only I. Brackets as well. It's confusing.
Well, when you see lyrics, that's not sung by the main lead singer. The brackets are sung by the backup.
Hmm.
Okay, next one.
Something I ran to you.
I think it's only I ran to you, is it? Only I ran to you.
Ringing a bell, but I just can't quite bloody place it.
Take me to your leader. No, I'm only joking.
No, it's not.
Take me. I
Not
don't
Roy
recognise
Orbison.
that.
No, it's not Roy Orbison.
Okay, it's not that one then. It's ringing a bell, but I can't quite.
No,
get
it's not
there.
ringing a bell either. I don't. My bell. No, it's not ringing a bell. If you got the last two lines, you'd work it out. Do I give you all
I
letters?
think I'm going to go with Clive Wells's answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Tainted Love.
Clive's got it, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
ran
yes.
to you.
Yeah.
Now I run from. Oh, yeah.
from you.
Tinted love.
Is
Tinted love.
Yeah. Okay. So there.
I give you all a boy can give you.
I like the Marilyn Manson version, particularly the video.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
Okay.
Next.
Blimey.
Vowel V's. I don't know.
It's all the first letters. We got anyone? Anyone? No. Okay. What if I told you this were the only lyrics to the song?
That wouldn't surprise me. There's a lot of songs that are like that. I've just got a few lines all the way through.
No, it's not jumping out at me, I have to say.
Boy. That middle word's got to be come on, isn't it? Come on.
Blue. No, not blue.
That fourth line, when it's got something, see something. What the heck?
Ice baby.
Yes, Paul's
got it. Yes. Sorry, yes.
Oh, yes, that'd be why I couldn't get it, because that's right up
Yeah.
there in my collection, that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vanilla Ice, my God, how shit was he?
Yeah, awful.
I think this might be the last
Sung
one.
to the tune of Under Pressure.
This might be the last one.
Completely destroyed under pressure, that did.
Yeah.
Yes, Clive got it too. Ice baby. Yes. See if you work out the theme out there, Peanuts. Nothing. I'll give you a small word to that one. She's probably, we may not know. You should know the lyrics. We'll see. We'll see. No. Give you another one.
No, it's not jumping at me either. Oh.
There's a couple of words there. Once if you got, you'd work it out straight away. I think.
It's on the tip of my bloody tongue. Oh fuck! I know the song. Is it turning Japanese?
Yes, it is turning Japanese.
Oh yeah, Japanese. Yeah, that one.
That's
the urban myth was it is all about having a wank.
Is it?
Could have been.
I never really listened to the lyrics of that song ever. I mean,
Because your eyes get all screwed up as you hit that point and you're turning Japanese. Oh,
okay, right. I never knew that.
It's entirely true.
I never knew that.
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
A bit like the origins of the band name 10cc. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Last one. No one's got the theme yet.
No, I was trying to figure out the theme as well, but that's oh, hang on a minute. Turning Japanese was by the Vapors, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes. No.
Anything?
That one's not ringing any bells either.
Let's put some of this in there. Sorry, just what that last word is.
Bradford. Bradford bad. What? Is it Bradford?
Oh, there you go. Bradford Bad Lad.
Looks like that, doesn't it? Bradford Bad Lad. If it's going to be some obscure song, it was like a one-hit wonder, probably.
Bradford Bad Lad. That doesn't ring any bells.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, come on.
I think he says okay.
Oh, it's a rap song, I think. It's got the word rapping in it by the looks of things.
Oh dear. We don't do rap.
No.
Don't do that around here.
He's wrapping up the room at the
Ripping
top.
up the room.
Tumbleton have not and ever kept his gob shut. Never heard of it.
Fucking hell's that?
Something by Number Wumba or something.
Yep, Jumbo Wumba.
Oh, that. Oh, God.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
What One-Hit Wonders then?
Oh yeah, Alan's got it. Yes.
I was right.
Yeah, but you only said about you were talking about this one. Alan got they were all one-hit wonders.
Yes, because the Vapors didn't have any other hits other than Turning Japanese. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought Soft Cell did all right after Tainted Love, though.
Did they have another hit?
The only hit they had.
Was it? Oh, okay. I know. Didn't have any of this.
I suppose it depends which market you look at, doesn't it?
Yeah. It probably does.
Is that it? That's it.
Sorry, that's it. I only did 5. I'll do more next time. I wasn't sure how it was going to go.
I bet if you had the lyrics to what was that song? Past the Dutchie on the left hand side. What you did that song? What was the name of them? They were another one-hit wonder.
Depeche Mode.
Depeche
No, they're definitely not Depeche Mode.
Definitely not Depeche. My God, Depeche Mode.
No.
Wash your mouth.
Pass the dodgy upon the left hand side. What were they called? Band back in the it was like some kids back in the 80s, and they did a song, and they were literally one hit wonder, and after that they didn't even get into support.
I just looked up Soft Cell. Their first hit in 1981 was indeed Tainted Love. The next year they had, do you remember Say Hello, Wave Goodbye?
No, never heard of it.
That got the number 3 over here.
Oh,
Tainted Love was a number 1 for them.
Yeah, I think in musical,
Bedsit was number 4. Say Hello, Wave Goodbye at number 3. Torch at number 2. And What placed at number 3. They had a few hits, but they put out God knows how many albums.
Oh, I was thinking of
yeah, so it's musical.
That's
Youth.
right. I just looked it up. Yeah, musical youth. Yeah.
If you look at the jointly most number one hits in the 1970s in the British charts, it's tied between Slade and ABBA. In America, Slade was a one-hit wonder.
Yeah. They never really cracked the States, did they? Quite surprised about that, but
So if this is a quiz that's if you're getting the answers from an American website, you would possibly find British bands that were hugely successful over here that were one-hit wonders in the States.
Well, I didn't hear of some of those Soft Cell ones. I don't think I've ever heard those songs, but if you played them, I probably know them. I can tell you according to Rolling Stone in backwards order, the top 10 one-hit wonders. So 10 was Turning Japanese. 9 was 96 Tears, which didn't ring a bell to me.
Yeah, I remember that one.
The Tub Thumping was 8.
I do
Then
remember that. No, when Alan said Tub Thumping, oh yeah.
No Rain by Blind Melon. Didn't ring a bell to me.
That rings bells.
Obviously the Knack. If I say the Knack, what song did they do?
My Sharona.
Yeah. Number 6. Soft Cell did My Tainted Love at number 5. Big Country did In a Big Country.
A Big Country had a hell of a load of hits over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, American Sauce. That's your problem.
Yep.
Okay. And Spirit in the Sky was number 3.
Which version?
The Norman Greenbaum one. Baum, whatever his name is, Greenbaum.
Yes, Norman Greenbaum. That's quite a good song. It's got a hell of a bass to it.
Yeah. Number 2. Any ideas? Number 2?
Well, we haven't had Radar Love yet, and that should be up there.
No, it's not on this list.
Well, there you go. See, Radar Love.
If I told you number 2 was by the Dixie Midnight Runners, what is it?
Come on, Eileen.
Yeah.
How many hits did they have over here? My God. Yeah, that would be Come on, Eileen. Yeah.
And number 1.
Are you looking at the one-hit wonders from Spotify?
No, Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone.
Oh right, no, okay. I'm looking at a different one here.
Yeah. Okay, and the number 1, according to Rolling Stone, the band, they'll say it's tell anybody in Europe that Aha are a one-hit wonder, and they'll look at you like you are crazy.
Aha!
Aha!
Well,
God, which one of their many hits would it be? It's going to be Take On Me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Take On Me.
Well, I've got UK top one-hit wonders. Number 1 actually is Sweet Soul Music by Arthur Conley. I don't remember that.
Never heard of it.
That rings a vague bell.
Sweet Soul Music, Arthur Conley.
Don't know that one.
Nope, never heard of that one. Number 2 they've got is Tell Laura I Love Her by Ricky Valance. Oh, remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, A Horse with No Name, America.
What?
I know.
How how can that be a one-hit wonder? America, they're a huge band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know.
And they had more
Only
than
going
one
by
hit
what they're
over
telling
here.
I definitely have more than one hit in the UK, you would have thought. Anyway, cool.
They did.
Number 4 they've got is Why Can't We Live Together by Timmy Thomas.
Who?
Don't know who that is. Timmy Thomas.
Well, this is
Why
no
Can't We
hit
Live
wonders.
Together. Oh, this one I know. I'm the Urban Spaceman by Bonzo Dog Band. I remember that
the
one.
Bonzo Dog Doodah Band.
Yeah. I'm the Urban Spaceman. I definitely remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6, they've got Chucky's in Love by Ricky Lee Jones.
I've heard that one.
Chucky's in Love. Yeah,
That's a horrible song. Did that actually make it popular?
It is horrible.
Oh, this one you'll know. Move On Up by Curtis Mayfield. You know
yes.
that one.
Yeah.
Number 8, Falling by Julie Cruz.
Falling.
I know that one.
I'd probably go, oh yeah, if I heard it.
Yeah, but yeah.
And also number 9 says here.
Last week for Flat Earth Friday,
Sorry,
we looked at
sorry, go on. Yep, number 9. Yep.
Top of the Pops by Rosillos.
Who? What?
Top of the Pops. And then number 10, they've got I Saw the Light by Todd Rundgren.
I Saw the Light.
Rundgren? Never heard of that one.
Don't know that one.
Yeah, it does ring
Goes
a bell.
So again, where's Radar Love on that? Where's Radar Love on that list?
Radar, I mean, that's one of the biggest sort of one-hit wonders.
Well, they go up to 22, and it's not even in the top 22 according to this
what do
list.
they know?
That's
Can I just say for
Spotify.
Turing test, if a horse with no name doesn't do you, do you remember Ventura Highway or possibly Sister Golden Hair? That's 3 huge hits from America that certainly made it over here.
Yeah.
Ventura Highway. I think most people would, if you played that, they go, "Oh yeah, I remember that one." I mean,
Yes,
I know a horse
definitely.
with no name's probably their biggest hit, but yeah, they had a few over here, let alone in the States.
Definitely known as a big band, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So we got a bit of Dan, have we?
Got a bit of Dan, because this is Dan's
Dan.
number 2 on Lindsay, I think, if I've got the right one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is.
Yes, so I thought we should play
He's done
number
the first
2.
5 now. He's doing the other 5 proofs or whatever.
Yes, I think this is it. Let's see.
first 5 of 10 good reasons why the Earth isn't a spinning globe. It was really, really poor, to be honest, but let it not be said that we do not finish what we start here on Simon Dan. Today we're going to look at the second 5 reasons, and I truly hope they're better than the first 5.
Should we play bingo on this?
Might have done.
No, should we play bingo? Oh no, because we won't get all of the we won't get all of it anyway, will we?
No, we won't. I think if you did both of Simon Dan's videos on this, I don't think you'd get bingo anyway because he just doesn't
No.
cover all of the what's it's.
Hey, Matt, you should invite Simon Dan to come in and he can play bingo for Lindsay.
Yeah, I'll drop him a message. You never know. You might.
Yeah, he might.
Got time.
He can come and play.
Yeah, he might.
You don't have to hang around for the whole thing, but he might just get to play bingo watching Lindsay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep going.
Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a big thank you to the sponsors of this video, Delete Me. Now, did you know that your personal data is your personal information that's being sold online, and deletions happen all year round? Data like your phone, number of 10 reasons why the Earth is not a spinning globe from the YouTube channel Tomb of Illumination. So, without further ado, we continue with reason number 6. Here we go.
Why is there a celestial gap between the 2 sky rotations?
Because it's
How
not.
can there be this gap here?
That would have been my bingo.
They just can't explain it because they keep telling you there's no gap. Well, get out a camera, mate. Anyone can see it. There's 2 star rotations. You get the odd star coming through the middle there, but they're straight compared to the 2 rotations.
Is that not a derivative of an earlier reason that we looked at last week? Yeah, we've already gone over this, Lindsay. Come on, buddy, have a think. The celestial sphere, of course, is an imaginary sphere with the Earth at its centre. It depicts all the stars that we see here on Earth in a way that makes it easy to understand. Of course, in reality, all of these stars are at different distances to Earth, but this makes it simple to grasp. Because of Earth's rotation, the two separate halves of the celestial sphere appear to rotate, but because of perspective, they rotate in different directions depending on what hemisphere you are in. And of course, at the equator, they appear to travel in a straight line.
Can't hide it. Get yourself a camera. Can't explain that on a flat ball. I mean a spinning ball.
That's better. Point 7, please.
Why is there a celestial gap? We've done that. Why is the compass bearing direct between the tropics? Well, this is a tropical gap, right? The compass bearing.
Clear as mud. I hope he's going to expand on that.
Well, the compass bearing is direct north to south because the magnetic field is built up on this capacitor plate, each side of the tropics, Capricorn and Cancer. The magnetic field of Earth does not cross the tropics.
What do you mean it doesn't cross the tropics? The Earth's magnetic field encompasses the entire Earth. It sort of has to cross them.
Science knows that, but they're not telling you. All they tell you is it's so weak there.
Science knows that.
It's so strong here at the poles, very weak here. So weak that we're not going to tell you that it doesn't actually cross. There's no magnetic field in there.
Well, the field lines emanate from the poles,
how?
so it would be stronger there, wouldn't it?
The magnetic compass is only pointing direct north to south because of the build-up of the magnetic fields on either side. It's direct, dead straight, north to south. Otherwise, the rest of the Earth is curved, magnetic field curve lines. You follow a curved path. This is why we have gyros now, to avoid that curving journey. We can go direct if you set your gyro up. But between the tropics is direct north to south. From north to south, dead straight, across the tropics. Dead straight. But the rest of the field in the south goes like this. And the north, the opposite way, goes like that. Creates the bow.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that compasses only work in this tropical gap because of the magnetic field and it's so strong either side of this gap. So what's causing the magnetic field then on a flat Earth, Lindsay? Because we know how it's caused here in reality. That's a question for you. On to number 8, please.
Why is the company done that? Why do planes and submarines not dip their noses when they roam the Earth?
Because the Earth is not the size of a potato.
Because the Earth is flat. But see, these globe people will tell you, oh, it's doing it automatically because at the centre of our spinning ball, it has a big iron core. So the submarine's just going to be travelling around like that, automatically. It's all due to gravity. Oh, okay. In that case, when the sub moves along the ocean floor, it'll be going like this with the contour of the ocean floor, does it? And an aeroplane would be flying like that too, up and down, up and over Dale is the saying, is it? The aeroplanes do that, the submarines do that.
Honestly, they're still arguing this point. It's so easily debunkable. The Earth is massive. Moving on to number 9, please.
Where are we up to? Why is there a whirlpool on the top of the spinning ball Earth?
Is there? Have I missed something here? There's a whirlpool on top of Earth?
Yes,
Dear,
you have done,
dear.
yeah.
Okay, so up north we have a whirlpool. It's called the Buford Gaia.
The what?
What the heck's it doing up there on top of the ball, spinning ball? It makes sense if it's in the centre of the Earth. There's the vortex. and below the vortex you've got this
It's not.
suction where water is going down into the subterranean to flow out to the tropics under the earth, drawn down. You've got the four winds creating the vortex up in the north there. Wouldn't that explain the vortex here as well?
Sorry, am I being stupid here? I've never heard of this whirlpool, and also I can't find any information on it online either. And at the North Pole there's pretty much a permanent slab of ice. No whirlpools.
And the suction, the water being sucked down under the earth to be recycled back up and over again? What the heck would you have it up there like that for? What's that doing? Go research it, people. No sense at all.
Well, I don't even know if that's a thing, so let's move on to the final reason, shall we?
Number 10. Why do all myths, legends, ancient philosophy and religions all make sense and correlate to the flat earth model, including what the ancient Egyptians have left us?
Well, they couldn't really tell that they were on a massive ball, could they? The Greeks figured out, though, around 2,000 years ago.
Because it's a known fact. Earth is flat. And if you want to understand all this down here, you come to this channel and I explain it all.
Yes, well, the less said about that, the better. And actually, there was one ancient civilization that used to think stars were little lamps on pieces of string managed by angels. Is that what the stars actually are, Lindsay? Actually, don't answer that. Well, there we go. 10 reasons why the Earth is not a spinning globe, and those second 5 reasons are possibly worse than the first 5. I don't know how he's even managed that. But for now though, we're all done dusted for another Flat Earth Friday. Thank you so much for watching. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed today's video, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We're on that march for 500,000. I've been saying it for about a year, but we are on the march for 500,000, about 8,500 to go. And of course, if you really enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up too. Just enough time to once again thank Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. Remember, for a dedicated 20% off all consumer plans, visit joindeleteme.com/Simon20 and use that code Simon20. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a cracking weekend, and you'll all be absolutely delighted to hear that I'll be back on Tuesday with the return of Hans Wormhat. See you then.
There you go. That is a
Yes.
reply.
Lindsay was talking about the Beaufort Gaia,
Yes, he was.
which isn't a whirlpool and it isn't under the North Pole. Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
What
yes.
is it then?
It's a I think actually I think part of the Arctic Ocean is called the Beaufort Sea, if I remember rightly, and it is a very there's a large. It's got a circular current to it. That's where they get the word Gaia, and it is a very very large, slow moving circular circuit in the water. It's not a whirlpool. I suspect it's probably got something to do with Coriolis, but I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can't be asked to Google it. Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. Beaufort Gaia. It's in Wikipedia. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's this little area, I suppose. Oh, that's probably a bit better one down the bottom there. There it is.
All right.
But
So,
like it says, it's not a whirlpool, and it's not.
so surprise, it's got absolutely nothing whatsoever in any shape or form to do with a whirlpool or what he's talking about. Big surprise.
Yes.
There.
Yeah.
I think he just likes the name.
Yeah. I'll pick on that name and I'll use that to explain my whirlpool. Yeah.
But it's actually this area here, I believe, is the Beaufort Gaia. It spins around.
I think so. Yes.
It's basically the circulation there, and the ice flow flows out down the other side of Greenland.
Around Greenland, yeah.
Yeah.
And partly through Alaska and stuff. Yeah.
There you go. It does exist, but not.
It's,
Lindsay was
I mean,
describing it.
it's not even acting. It's not even acting like a whirlpool, is it? You know, it's just not. It just isn't. Oh dear.
That.
Bless.
There you go. So no, we did that one. This TT guy had. This was an interesting video. I don't know if you've seen this one.
So this image proves that the Earth is...
So I'm just going to grab a drink while I play this, but yeah, this, I don't know if you've seen this one.
No. That one must have passed me by.
Not flat, and that satellites do exist. So this is an image posted to Instagram on the 6th of January 2017, and it was taken from a Virgin flight, a flight VA714, which was going from Perth to Adelaide on that day, on the 6th of January 2017. And you'd have to agree that that this image shows some pretty distinctive looking clouds. And now I'm going to show you another picture, which is an aerial view, and it's a picture that was also taken on the 6th of January 2017. So, and it's this picture here. And it also shows quite distinctive clouds. And I just want to point out in particular, it shows this curly bit here. And this curly bit of cloud here would appear to match this curly bit on the image taken from the Virgin flight. And in fact, you can process this image and add a perspective transformation effect. And if you do that, you get this image. And if you compare the two, you can pretty easily see that they are both images of the same cloud formation. Now, the second photo is a section taken from this image. And this image is a 121 megapixel image taken from a satellite. And you can actually download this image yourself from this link. And yeah, the satellite that took this image takes one image like this every 10 minutes. So you could confirm that this image exists. Now you can actually get any image back to the 7th of July 2015 from this link. So once every 10 minutes going back to the 7th of July 2015. Now, if you want further proof that this image is of the same clouds seen from the Virgin flight, well, we can look at the flight path of the VA714 flight on that day using a website called flightradar24.com. Yeah, the link I'll put in the description. Now, the cartoon plane on this image is at the location shown in this plot at 1:35 UTC. And then it drops off the radar again to be picked up at the end of the dotted line at 2:15 UTC. Now, if we lay this track on the satellite data, we can see that right around 2 o'clock UTC, the time the sat image was taken, we would have the VA714 flying right by the location of this kinked cloud identified earlier. And it will also be appearing on the right-hand side of the plane, as we actually see in the Snapchat image. So this is actually ironclad proof that this satellite image is an image representing the reality of on the surface of the planet. There can't be a team of CGI artists beavering away creating these highly detailed images and extremely accurate images. I'll just prove this image is extremely accurate. It matches the reality seen on the Earth's surface, taken by someone completely independent. How would the artists, if they were doing this CGI, how would they know what the clouds look like over the entire hemisphere that the satellite image covers? And especially out to sea, how could they know what the clouds look like out to sea? This photo of these strange looking clouds was taken way out in the ocean. So the images appear for download on the website in under 30 minutes of them being taken, if you look at it. So 30 minutes after the satellite takes them, they are available for download on the website. And yeah, every 10 minutes there's a new 120 megapixel image. So there is no way this can be a computer generated image. There's no CGI artists painting these these cloud images. But maybe you're going to try and tell me that these are actually taken from a high altitude balloon or a high altitude aircraft. So let's see if this could be possible at all. So this image has a very wide field of view. Its field of view is the diameter of the planet, which is 6,379 kilometers or 3,963 miles. Now, a camera can only take pictures within a certain angular field of view. And most cameras, kind of the maximum angle would be around 60 degrees field of view. So we can actually use that figure and some trigonometry. We can estimate that a camera would need to be about 4,600 kilometers high to be able to take an image of the full disk of the Earth if there's a 60-degree field of view in the camera. It's just basic trigonometry. But if you look at balloons and aircraft, you can see that this is nowhere near, this is far greater height than the maximum that a balloon or an aircraft can go. The record height for a balloon is about 53 kilometers, and the record height for a fixed-wing aircraft is about 112 kilometers high. So these images cannot be taken by a balloon or an aircraft. And the reasons why they can't go, those things can't go that high, is due to physics. There's not enough atmosphere in that high for the aircraft to fly, and there's not enough buoyancy as the atmosphere gets thinner and thinner. Not enough buoyancy for a balloon to float in the atmosphere at any height greater than sort of like 53 kilometers. So these images cannot be taken with a balloon or an aircraft, at least not in one shot like you see there. Now, you might argue, oh, they've been taken by balloons that are crisscrossing the whole hemisphere, capturing and capturing the data. Well, that's impossible too, because they need to cover the entire hemisphere once every 10 minutes, and you have to merge them all into one seamless image, as you can see here. And it would take a massive fleet of aircraft to do this. And if you're trying to do balloons, well, that's not going to work either. High altitude balloons, you can't direct where they go. They go where the wind blows, and so you cannot get them to function in this way. So, no, this is a real image taken from a real satellite showing a spherical Earth. Just look at this image. How awesome is it? This is a photograph taken from 36,000 kilometers away, and you can make out a 7-kilometer wide cloud. It's awesome. Case closed, Flatards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Undulatus clouds.
I thought that was actually quite a nice, comprehensive piece of work. It was pretty good, that one.
According to NASA, it says wave clouds, sometimes called undulatus clouds or billow clouds like these, are a product of atmospheric gravity waves. They typically form when something forces a mass of air upwards. The air cools as it rises, and there is enough moisture in the air, the water condenses to form clouds, as we know. After the air has passed over the obstacle, it typically sinks downwards again. The air warms as it descends, preventing clouds from forming. But like ripples on a pond, the initial disturbance creates a propagating wave that continues to spread, causing air to rise and drop again over and over and over again until the waves dissipate. There you go. So the end result is the long lines of clouds that mark crests of waves with cloud-free areas between them that correspond to the troughs of the waves. And that would kind of make sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Undulatus clouds.
There you go. Well,
I'll put a link in the chat if anybody's interested.
Yes. Oh, very good. Well, I think that's all I've got for tonight.
Okay. That's fair.
That's fair enough. Well, I do
Alrighty,
have
alrighty.
other stuff, but I'm not going to go into it. We're this close to the end. Thank all the peanuts for coming, and I
Oh,
will. Have
before
another
we
show
go,
next week.
just
But
a reminder:
go for it.
clocks clocks are going back tomorrow for the UK. For those of us in the UK. 1 hour. So when you do your show next week, obviously for us it'll be starting at 10 instead of 11.
Yeah, we got it backwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So we're back to normal time.
And for our continental brethren, that'll be 9 o'clock, won't it?
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah. Okay, parents. We'll head off. If you guys want to say goodbye.
Bye, Peanuts.
Goodbye, Peanuts.
Bye, Peanuts.
Oh, yeah. See you.
Look forward to some obscure tank knowledge next week.
If they're that obscure, then I don't stand a bloody chance. I mean, apricot.
Oh, I'm going to go out of my way, farmers, to find the most obscure tank shit I can find.
That you don't know about.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I've never in a million years known that one. Yeah, no, you go for it. It'd be interesting to see what you can drink up.
Okay. See you, Peanuts. There we go.